up on your way.
Mm-hmm.
Shabbat Shalom, the zeal of Yah. Okay, what's your go-to Bible translation in your down downtime? Explain to me what you're saying, brother or sister. Kind of give me an example of what you're saying. The King James version, but I got several different Bibles. The reason Shabbat Shalom, Gabriel Ben Yasharel. The reason why I use the King James version is because people have a tendency to be like, no, what about the King James version? What it say? Most of the United States go on the King James version, so I represent that one because the people be like you trying to pull the wool over their eyes and all that kind of stuff. You go in another Bible stuff like that. They want you to teach out the King James version. So that's what I use, the King James version rather than the other one. I got the Schofield, the Gideon, uh, let me see, a few, the Living Bible and stuff like that. Yeah, I got several Bibles. Yeah. Most people want you to teach out the King James version. What the King James version say. Okay, yeah. So I'm just stick with it. What's your preference when you're not teaching 1 to 7? Oh, I work, man. I work and stuff. Oh yeah, Shabbat Shalom, Antonio. Okay, yeah, I'm saying that already. No, I ain't. Shabbat Shalom, Antonio B. Israel. Shabbat Shalom, Uriah Leash. Yeah. I'm really just a laid back guy now. I used to be wild in the streets and stuff like that all the time, but now I slowed down. I just, I read a lot and try to research and do things, according to the book and try to get knowledge and find out about Yah and meditate on the Most High a lot. Yeah, I don't do no whole lot. Well, basically, the Gideon in the King James, bro, they basically the same. The Schofield and the Living Bible is a little different. Oh, he do. He bring out all wars. You right. He's a man in spirit. I know he both. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, yeah. He's the man of war. Yeah. Shabbat Shalom, Jewel Glad. I just don't like the King James version in that particular verse because it means he's a man of war. Okay. Oh, well, he's a spirit. He's both of them. He's a man and spirit. You know, I talked about that in one of my topics too. He a man and he a spirit. When they say, "Let us make man in our image and in our likeness," and that. So yeah, he ain't no woman. If that's what you're trying to say, he say, "Let us make man in our image," and he was talking to the angel. So the Most High can be a man and a spirit. He both of them. He's not just a man and he's not just a spirit. Yeah. Yeah, he's a spirit too. Yeah. If we read that same verse in scripture translation, it reads, Yahweh bring out all wars to not disagree that he is man, degree that he is a man. Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, he's like I say, he's a spirit and man. Yeah. But see, people, the world teach that Yahweh love everybody. So that's a lie. But I'm gonna show you that he don't love everybody today. People say God love everybody. That's a everybody lie. That's right. He made us in his image. That's right. Absolutely right. Yeah, I'm gonna go and get going. Please. Turn up a little bit. Going home over the season. You put on love, your trust in God. You'll find your way home. You'll find your way. This wicked world is full of treason, treacherous and full of deception. Don't think you believe it. Hold your faith, stay strong, yeah, the time is coming. You can hide, but you will get hit while you're running. Let me tell you something, satisfaction can never happen. If you don't keep God's laws, discover gladness. It gets tragic, ridiculed as a youngster. Teased praying on my knees to the wrong one. In the dumpster is a man searching for some food. Probably lied to us when they said the sky's blue. Malicious with the deeds, I know it's fear that they feeling. Slavery background that we was telling. Can you feel me? In the state losing my sanity. Love feeling pleasure, hate feeling agony. See the stars blowing through the wind, blowing, you can make it far. You can find your way home if you put on love. Your trust in God, going home over the season. You put on love, your trust in God, you'll find your way home. You'll find your way. Tell me what's the reason for revolution? G's looting furniture and TVs on land distribution. I'm shooting for the millet, the barley, and the bushels of grain. But all is nothing if we don't call his name. Trusting in him is the only way to win. Turning from my sin, spirits humbling. Seeking God's face to heal our land and destroy this place. Babel, she check, become defect with two rolling me check. Reflex what bless alone. Israel will be cool and mellow. Search yellow, moon glowing white. Melody in the street, elders laughing through the night. Glorious ending from the terrible plight. Only if we living in God's sight. Loving my brother and leaving from the strife. Trusting in Yah, never leaning on man's life. You can find your way on if you put on love. Your trust in Yah, going home over the season. You put on love, your trust in Yah, you'll find your way home. You'll find your way. A long time ago, Moses warned me. If you do wrong, I get wrong. That's why he sued me. To my enemies, I keep my head above the water. Easily influenced, never met my father. My block is full of murderers and murderers. Jails packed with blacks, the whole world and heard of us.
I got love for all my true soldiers. Praise Yahweh Elohim, I'm sitting on his shoulders. Same trying to find a place where I can escape the reality of pain standing in my face. Show me grace with a long time coming, man. I'm hunting, man, killing all my foes, I'm gunning, man. If you look into the skies, you can see the stars. Blowing through the wind, blowing, you can make it fall. You can find your way on it if you put on love. Your trust in Yahweh, you know over the season. You put on love, your trust in Yahweh. Praise Yah, you'll find your way. Praise Yah, praise Yah, you'll find your way. You can find your way on it if you put on love. Your trust in Yahweh, you know over the season. You put on love, your trust in Yahweh. Rise on demand, fret not thyself, follow all y'all's commands, all y'all's commands.
Shalom, 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 brothers and sisters all over the world. I'm YAHWEH, being Israel. I'm a Hebrew servant of the Most High Yah. And I want to give all honor, glory, praise, the works of Yahweh by saying hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Praise the mighty Yah. Now we're going to talk about Yahweh and his wars. Yahweh is a man of war. And I'm going to prove beyond a shadow of doubt that he is and that he don't love everybody. Everybody want to say love everybody. Yahweh love everybody. That's a lie. That's a 100% lie. I'm going to show you without a shadow of doubt that the Almighty don't love everybody. So I want to go and get started. And let's go to Genesis 14. Let's see. Genesis 14. Let me start at the 10th verse. Genesis chapter 14.
Genesis chapter 14, verse 10. And the vale of Siddim was full of slime pits, and the kings of Sodom and Gomorrah fled and fell there, and they that remained fled to the mountain. And they took all the goods of Sodom and Gomorrah and all their victuals, and went their way. And they took Lot, Abram's brother's son, who and his goods, and departed. And there came one that had escaped, and told Abram the Hebrew, for he dwelt in the plain of Mamre the Amorite, brother of Eshcol and brother of Aner, and these were confederate with Abram. And when Abram heard that his brother was taken captive, he armed his trained servants born in his own house, 318, and pursued them unto Dan. And he divided himself against them, he and his servants, by night, and smote them, and pursued them unto Hobah, which is on the left hand of Damascus. And he brought back all the goods, and also brought again his brother Lot, and his goods, and the women also, and the people.
And the reason why Abraham went to war with these nations because they had took his nephew Lot from him.
And the king him after his return from the slaughter of Chedorlaomer, and of the kings that were with him at the valley of Sheveh, which is the king's dale. And Melchizedek, king of Salem, brought forth bread and wine, and he was the priest of the Most High Elohim. And he blessed them and said, Blessed be Abram of the Most High Elohim, possessor of heaven and earth, and blessed be the Most High Elohim, which have delivered thy enemies into thy hand. And he gave him tithes of all. And the king of Sodom said unto Abram, Give me the persons, and take the goods to thyself. And Abram said to the king of Sodom, I have lifted up my hand unto Yahweh, the Most High Elohim, the possessor of heaven and earth, that I will not take from a thread even to a shoelace.
Abraham told the king of Sodom he wasn't going to take nothing from him.
I will not, and that I will not take anything that is thine,
I ain't studying you.
lest thou shouldest say, I have made Abram rich,
Then you go around telling everybody that you made Abram rich.
save only that which the young man have eaten, and the portion of the men which went with me are Ner, Eshcol, and Mamre. Let them take their portion.
Okay, yeah, okay, let's go to Exodus 2 right quick. Okay, Exodus. Okay, Exodus 13, chapter 13. Okay, start at 17, right?
Exodus chapter 13, verse 17. And it came to pass, when Pharaoh had let the people go, that Elohim led them not through the way of the land of the Philistines, although that was near. For Elohim said, lest peradventure the people will repent when they see war, and they return to Egypt. But Elohim led the people about through the way of the wilderness of the Red Sea, and the children of Israel went up harnessed out of the land of Egypt. And Moses took the bones of Joseph with them, for he had straitly sworn the children of Israel, saying, Elohim will surely visit you, and you shall carry up my bones away hence with you. And they took their journey from Succoth, and encamped in Etham in the edge of the wilderness. And Yahweh went before them by day in a pillar of a cloud to lead them the way, and by night in a pillar of fire to give them light, to go by day and night. He took not away the pillar of the cloud by day, nor the pillar of fire by night from before the people.
Okay, let's go to 15 and 1. Exodus 15 and 1.
Exodus chapter 15, verse 1. Then sang Moses and the children of Israel this song unto Yahweh.
Now listen to the song that the children of Israel sang. This is the song that Moses and the children of Israel sang. What did they say? Sing about, I mean.
And spake, saying, I will sing unto Yahweh.
They gonna sing unto Yahweh.
For he have triumphed gloriously.
That's right. He didn't knock people head off and kill people.
The horse and his rider hath he thrown into the sea.
Talking about the Egyptians.
Yahweh is my strength and song.
Yahweh my strength and song, not the New Testament or the Quran or no other book or no other God. Yahweh my strength.
And he has become my salvation.
He is the only one can give salvation. Can't nobody give you salvation but Yahweh.
He is my Elohim.
He is my God. Elohim means God in Hebrew.
And I will prepare him a habitation, my father's Elohim, and I will exalt him.
I'm going to exalt him.
Yahweh is a man of war.
Yahweh is a man of war. This came out of Moses' mouth and the children of Israel.
Yahweh is his name.
Yahweh is his name. His name ain't JC. His name ain't Muhammad. His name ain't Haile Selassie. His name ain't the name y'all talking about. He got many names. You a lie. When you say Yahweh, God got many names, that's a lie. Now read it again.
Yahweh is a man of war. Yahweh is his name.
Yahweh is his name. He don't have no many names like y'all tell them lies in the street and in church.
Pharaoh's chariots and his host hath he cast into the sea.
That's right. Kill everybody.
His chosen captains also are drowned in the Red Sea.
That's right.
The depths have covered them. They sank into the bottom as a stone.
That's right. The Almighty knocked the head off.
Thy right hand, O Yahweh, is become glorious in power. Thy right hand, O Yahweh, have dashed in pieces the enemy.
Yahweh dash the enemy head in pieces. So that don't sound like no love to me. How can the Almighty knock the head off and love them at the same time? So that's a lie. When they tell you he love everybody, let's go to Numbers. And I'm going to show you on down through this book that he hate too. Okay, let me go to Numbers chapter 1. Yeah, Numbers 1. I'm going to skip around a little bit. Numbers 1 and 1.
Numbers chapter 1, verse 1. And Yahweh spake unto Moses in the wilderness of Sinai in the tabernacle of the congregation on the first day of the second month, in the second year after they were come out of the land of Egypt, saying, Take ye the sum of all the congregation of the children of Israel.
Now notice Yahweh talking.
After their families, by the house of their fathers, with the number of their names, every male by their poles.
Now he ain't talking to the women, he talking about the men. Now watch what Yahweh say.
From 20 years old and upward, all that are able to go forth to war in Israel, thou and Aaron shall number them by their armies.
Yahweh said you got to be 20 years old to get in the military. In this country, you got to be 18 years old. So you, this here is what I'm talking about. You grown at 20 years old, and you old enough to go into the military. Not 18, but 20 years old. Read. Now let me skip around. Let me see. Let's see. Okay, go to 17.
Verse 17. And Moses and Aaron took these men which are expressed by their names.
Took these 20 years, that was 20 years old, their names.
And they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month, and they declared their pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names, from 20 years old and upward, by their polls.
For 20 years old and upward. So when you 20 years old and upward, you can go to war. You can join the military.
As Yahweh commanded Moses, so he numbered them in the wilderness of Sinai.
Yahweh commanded Moses, they got to be 20 years old or upward, not 16, not 18, and all this old junk. You're 20 years and over. Okay, now keep reading.
And the children of Reuben, Israel's eldest son, by their generations, after their families, by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names, by their polls, every male from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war.
That's right, to go to war. Got to be 20 years old and join Yahweh's military to go to war. Now read that again, because I want this to sink in their head.
And the children of Reuben, Israel's eldest son, by their generations, after their families, by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names, by their polls, every male from 20 years old and upward.
Okay, skip on down to so in other words, this just naming all the tribes, the 20-year-old and up. I ain't gonna go through all of it, but let's skip around. Let's go to 28.
Verse 28. Of the children of Issachar, by their generations, after their families, by the house of their names, from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war.
Now 30. Verse 30.
Verse 30. Of the children of Zebulun.
So he's naming all the 12 tribes. The one I get 20 years old and up and go to war. Read.
By their generations, after their families, by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names, from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war.
That's right, 20 years old and go to war. Let me skip. Let me go. Numbers 10, I mean, yeah. Okay, Numbers 10 and 1.
Numbers chapter 10, verse 1. And Yahweh spake unto Moses, saying, Make thee 2 trumpets of silver, of a whole piece shalt thou make them, that thou mayest use them for the calling of the assembly, and for the journeying of the camps. And when they shall blow with them, all the assembly shall assemble themselves to thee at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. And if they blow but with one trumpet, then the princes, which are heads of the thousands of Israel, shall gather themselves unto thee. When ye blow an alarm, then the camps that lie on the east parts shall go forth. When ye blow an alarm the second time, then the camps that lie on the south side shall take their journey. They shall blow an alarm for their journey. Together ye shall blow, but ye shall not sound an alarm. And the sons of Aaron, the priest, shall blow with the trumpets, and they shall be to you for an ordinance forever throughout your generations. And if ye go to war in your land against the enemy that oppresseth you, then ye shall blow an alarm with the trumpets, and ye shall be remembered before Yahweh your Elohim, and ye shall be saved from your enemies.
That's right. We got to do it Yahweh's way. Everything is about how Yahweh say do it. Read.
Also in the day of your gladness, and in your solemn days, and in the beginnings of your months, ye shall blow with the trumpets over your burnt offerings and over the sacrifices of your peace offerings, that they may be to you for a memorial before your Elohim. I'm Yahweh your Elohim.
That's right. Okay. Let's go to Numbers 31. Okay, let's see. Uh, let's see. Start at the first verse.
Numbers chapter 31, verse 1. And Yahweh spake unto Moses, saying, Avenge the children of Israel of the Midianites. Afterward shalt thou be gathered unto thy people. And Moses spake unto the people, saying, arm some of yourselves unto the war,
So get the moves of the AK-47s and Mac 11.
and let them go against the Midianites, and avenge Yahweh of Midian. Of every tribe 1,000, throughout all the tribes of Israel, shall ye send to the war. So there were delivered out of the thousands of Israel 1,000 of every tribe, 12,000 armed for war. And Moses sent them to the war, 1,000 of every tribe, all the priests to the war with the holy instruments and the trumpets to blow in his hand. And they warred against the Midianites as Yahweh commanded Moses, and they slew all the males.
Yahweh told them to war. That's right. They got permission from Yahweh to take care of their business. Go to war, read.
And they slew the kings of Midian, beside the rest of them that were slain, namely Evi, and Rechem, and Zer, and Hur, and Reba, 5 kings of Midian. Balaam also the son of Beor they slew with the sword. And the children of Israel took all the women of Midian captives and their little ones, and took the spoil of all their cattle, and all their flocks, and all their goods. And they burnt all their cities wherein they dwelt, and all their goodly castles with fire. And they took all the spoil, and all the prey, both of men and of beasts. And they brought the captives, and the prey, and the spoil unto Moses, and Eleazar the priest, and unto the congregation of the children of Israel, unto the camp at the plains of Moab, which are by Jordan near Jericho. And Moses and Eleazar the priest, and all the princes of the congregation went forth to meet them without the camp. And Moses was wroth with the officers of the host.
He was angry. He was angry.
With the captains over thousands and captains over hundreds, which came from the battle. And Moses said unto them, Have ye saved all the women alive? Behold, these caused the children of Israel through the counsel of Balaam to commit trespass against Yahweh in the matter of Peor, and there was a plague among the congregation of Yahweh. Now therefore kill every male among the little ones.
He killed every male among the little one. Got permission from Moses to do it.
And kill every woman that have known man by lying with him.
Every woman that wasn't no virgin.
But all the women, children, that have not been known, but all the women, children that have not known a man by lying with them, keep alive for yourselves.
In other words, when you go to war, you get permission, you get all the women that's virgins. Keep the ones that virgins, and all the ones that been married and had sex with a man, you're supposed to kill them, according to the book.
And do ye abide without the camp 7 days. Whosoever have killed any person, and whosoever have touched any slain, purify both yourselves and your captives on the 3rd day and on the 7th day. And purify all your raiment, and all that is made of skins, and all work of goat's hair, and all things made of wood. And Eleazar the priest said unto the men of war which went to the battle, This is the ordinance of the law which Yahweh commanded Moses. Only the gold, and the silver, the brass, the iron, the tin, and the lead, everything that may abide the fire, ye shall make it go through the fire, and it shall be clean. Nevertheless, it shall be purified with the water of separation, and all that abideth not the fire ye shall make go through the water. And ye shall wash your clothes on the seventh day.
Okay, that's all the bit of one. Listen, let's go to that was number 31. Let's see. Go to Deuteronomy. Start at the first one and let's see, 1 and 1. Yeah.
Deuteronomy chapter 1, verse 1. These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel on this side Jordan in the wilderness, in the plain over against the Red Sea, between Paran and Tophel and Laban and Hazirah and Dizhabab, Dizahab. There are 11 days' journey from Horeb by the way of Mount Seir unto Kadesh Barnea. And it came to pass in the 40th year, in the 11th month, on the first day of the month, that Moses spake unto the children of Israel, according unto all that Yahweh had given him in the commandment unto them, after he had slain Shihon the king of the Amorites, which dwelt in Heshbon, and all the king of Bashan, which dwelt at Azrah and Edrei.
Oh, to my Asterah. What verse you at?
I'm on 5 now.
Okay.
On this side Jordan and the land of Moab began Moses to declare this law, saying, Yahweh our Elohim spake unto us in Horeb, saying, Ye have dwelt long enough in this mount. Turn you and take your journey and go to the mount of the Amorites and unto all the places nigh thereunto, in the plain, in the hills, and in the vale, and in the south, by the seaside, to the land of the Canaanites, and unto Lebanon, unto the great river, the river Euphrates. Behold, I have set the land before you. Go and possess the land which Yahweh swore unto your fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, to give unto them and to their seed after them. And I spake unto you at the time, saying, I am not able to bear you myself alone. Yahweh, Yahweh your Elohim have multiplied you, and behold, you are this day as the stars of heaven for multitude. And Yahweh Elohim of your fathers make you 1,000 times so many more as ye are, and bless you as he hath promised you. How can I myself alone bear your cumbrance and your burden and your strife? Take you wise men and understanding and known men. And known among your tribes, and I will make them rulers over you. And ye answered me and said, the thing which thou hast spoken is good for us to do. So I took the chief of your tribes, wise men and known, and made them heads over you, captains over thousands, and captains over hundreds, and captains over fifties, and captains over tens, and officers among your tribes. And I charged your judges at that time, saying, hear the causes between your brethren, and judge righteously between every man and his brother, and the stranger that is with him. Ye shall not respect persons in judgment, but ye shall hear the small as well as the great. Ye shall not be afraid of the face of man, for the judgment is Elohim's. And the cause that is too hard for you, bring it unto me, and I will hear it. And I commanded you at that time all the things which ye should do. And when we departed from Horeb, we went through all that great and terrible wilderness which ye saw by the way of the mountain of the Amorites, as Yahweh our Elohim commanded us. And we came to Kadesh Barnea. And I said unto you, ye are come unto the mountain of the Amorites, which Yahweh our Elohim do give unto us. Behold, Yahweh thy Elohim has set the land before thee. Go up and possess it, as Yahweh Elohim of thy fathers have said unto thee. Fear not, neither be discouraged. And ye came near unto me, every one of you, and said, we will send men before us, and they shall search us out the land, and bring us word again by what way we must go up, and into what cities we shall come.
Hold it. Hey, hey, y'all can just stop coming till I get done popping corn. When I get through popping corn, then I'm barbecuing and roasting. So just keep your comments to yourself. When I get through teaching, then we're gonna talk about it. Okay, keep reading.
And the saying pleased me well. And I took 12 men of you, one of a tribe, and they turned and went up into the mountain, and came unto the valley of Eshcol, and searched it out. And they took of the fruit of the land in their hands, and brought it down unto us, and brought us word again, and said, it is a good land which Yahweh our Elohim doth give us.
What verse you at?
26. Notwithstanding, ye would not go up, but rebelled against the commandment of Yahweh your Elohim, and ye murmured in your tents, and said, because Yahweh hated us, he hath brought us forth out of the land of Egypt, to deliver us into the hand of the Amorites, to destroy us. Whether shall we go up? Our brethren have discouraged our heart, saying, the people is greater and taller than we. The cities are great and walled up to heaven. And moreover, we have seen the sons of the Anakims there. Then I say unto you, dread not, neither be afraid of them. Yahweh your Elohim, which goeth before you, he shall fight for you,
Yahweh gonna fight for us.
according to all that he did for you in Egypt before your eyes.
Just like he did in Egypt before our eyes, he gonna fight from us still now, because he ain't changed. He's still the same Elohim, still the same God. Read.
And in the wilderness, where thou hast seen how that Yahweh thy Elohim bare thee, as a man doeth bear his son, and all the way that ye went until ye came into this place. Yet in this thing ye did not believe Yahweh your Elohim,
Still didn't believe him.
who went in the way before you, to search you out a place to pitch your tents in, and fire by night, to show you by what way ye should go, and a cloud by day. And Yahweh heard the voice of your words, and was wroth, and sware, saying, surely there shall not one of these men of this evil generation see that good land which I swore to give unto your fathers.
See, when you always complaining and ain't acting right in Yahweh eyes, he ain't gonna look out for you.
Save Caleb the son of Jephunneh, he shall see it, and to him will I give the land that he hath trodden upon,
He gonna give it to him.
and to his children, because he hath wholly followed Yahweh.
When you wholly follow Yahweh, he gonna look out for you. If you don't wholly follow Yahweh, he gonna knock your head off and curse you and punish you and plague you. That's that simple.
Also Yahweh was angry with me for your sakes, saying, thou also shalt not go in thither. But Joshua the son of Nun, which standeth before thee, he shall go in thither. Encourage him, for he shall cause Israel to inherit it. Moreover, your little ones, which ye said should be a prey, and your children, which in that day had no knowledge between good and evil, they shall go in thither, and unto them will I give it, and they shall possess it. But as for you, turn you and take your journey into the wilderness by the way of the Red Sea. Then ye answered and said unto me, we have sinned against Yahweh. We will go up and fight, according to all that Yahweh Elohim commanded us. And when ye had girded on every man his weapons of war, ye were ready to go up into the hill. And Yahweh said unto me, say unto them, go not up.
Don't go up. Don't go up.
Neither fight.
Don't you fight. Don't neither go up and fight, because you've been rebellious and hard and stiff. Nigga, watch this.
For I am not among you.
I ain't studying you. When you do it on your own or do it without me, and you want to do what you want to do, you always say don't go up, because all y'all gonna get killed in the fight. Now, if you go up and fight in the way you go, all y'all gonna die, because y'all always say I ain't with you. Now read. Hold on. Start. Let me see. Okay. 42.
And Yahweh said unto me,
Yahweh told Moses,
say unto them,
say unto the children of Israel,
Go not up,
Better not go up.
neither fight,
Better not fight.
for I am not among you,
I ain't studying none of y'all.
lest ye be smitten before your
And
enemies.
if you go fight, you're going to get your head knocked off before your enemies. Read.
So I spake unto you, and ye would not hear,
When I speak to you, you wasn't studying me. You listen to everybody else but me.
but rebel against the commandment of Yahweh,
And hate my commandments that I wrote for Moses to give to y'all. You hate them.
and went presumptuously up into the hill,
Went up there anyway.
and the Amorites which dwelt in that mountain came out against you,
And they came out against you
and chased you
and chased you like bees.
as bees do,
Like a bee do. You know you're going to run from a bee if you see it.
and destroyed you in Seir,
And knocked your head off.
even unto Hormah. And ye returned and went before Yahweh, but Yahweh will not hearken to your voice,
Y'all ain't studying you.
nor give ear unto you.
Don't want to hear nothing you got to say.
So ye abide in Kadesh many days, according unto the days that ye abide there.
Okay, let's go to, let's see. Let's go to Deuteronomy 3. Let's start at the 18th verse. 3 and 18.
Deuteronomy chapter 3, verse 18. And I commanded you at that time, saying, Yahweh your Elohim have given you this land to possess it.
Gave you this land.
Ye shall pass over on before your brethren, the children of Israel, all that are meet for the war, but your wives and your little ones and your cattle, for I know that ye have much cattle, shall abide in your cities which I have given you, until Yahweh have given rest unto your brethren as well as unto you, and until they also possess the land which Yahweh your Elohim have given them beyond Jordan. And then shall ye return every man to his possession which I have given you. And I commanded Joshua at that time, saying, Thy eyes have seen all that Yahweh your Elohim have done unto these two kings. So shall Yahweh do unto all the kingdoms whither thou passest. Ye shall not fear them, for Yahweh your Elohim, he shall fight for you.
Y'all going to fight for us.
And I besought Yahweh at that time, saying, O Yahweh Elohim, thou hast begun to show thy servant thy greatness and thy mighty hand. For what Elohim is there in heaven or in earth that can do according to thy works and according to thy might? I pray thee, let me go over and see the good land that is beyond Jordan, that goodly mountain in Lebanon.
Okay, let's go to 4. Okay, 4. And start at Deuteronomy 4 and 34.
Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 34. Or hath Elohim essayed to go and take him a nation from the midst of another nation by temptations, by signs, and by wonders, and by war, and by a mighty hand,
Yahweh said by war and by a mighty hand. What else?
and by a stretched out arm, and by great terrors,
And Yahweh going to do it by great terror.
according to all that Yahweh your Elohim did for you in Egypt before your eyes.
And he going to do it again just like he did it then right before you. Same thing he did in Egypt, but it's going to be more miraculous this time. Going to be more miraculous this time when he do it.
Unto thee it will show.
It was showed up. We saw it. Moses and them saw it.
That thou mightest know that Yahweh he is Elohim.
That we know he God.
There is none else beside him.
We know ain't no Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. We know ain't no such thing as no other book or no other God. We know this. The true and living, the righteous know.
Out of heaven he made thee to hear his voice.
Heard his voice.
That he might instruct thee.
Tell us what to do.
And upon earth he showed thee his great fire.
He showed fire. He burned up California.
And thou heardest his words out of the midst of the fire.
That's right.
And because he loved thy fathers.
Because he loved Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
Therefore he chose their seed after them.
He chose us.
And brought thee out in his sight with his mighty power out of Egypt.
That's right. Read.
To drive out nations from before thee, greater and mightier than thou art, to bring thee in, to give thee their land for an inheritance, as it is this day. Know therefore this day, and consider it in thy heart, that Yahweh, He is Elohim in heaven above,
He is the only God in heaven above,
and upon the earth beneath.
and only one in the earth beneath.
There's none else.
Ain't nobody else. So if you count on somebody else, you're going to get your head knocked off, because you always say, I'm jealous.
Thou shalt keep therefore his statutes and his commandments, which I command thee this day, that it may go well with thee and with thy children after thee, and that thou mayest prolong thy days upon the earth.
You can't go wrong by keeping the commandment.
Which Yahweh thy Elohim giveth thee forever.
Forever. And that's right, forever. Okay, let's go to Deuteronomy. Let's see. Deuteronomy 20. Let's start at the 4th verse. Let's see.
Deuteronomy chapter 20, verse 4.
Hold on before you start reading. Let's make sure. Yeah, 4 and 20.
For Yahweh your Elohim is he that goeth with you to fight for you against your enemies, to save you. And the officers shall speak unto the people, saying,
You notice what it say, Yahweh is the one that go for your enemies and fight for you. You can't fight on your own. Read that again.
And the officers shall speak
for
Yahweh your Elohim is he that goes with you.
Yahweh is the only one that can go before you
to fight for you against your enemies.
To fight against, to fight for you against your enemies.
To save you.
And Yahweh the only one can save you.
And the officers shall speak unto the people, saying, What man is there that hath built a new house and have not dedicated it? Let him go and return to his house, lest he die in the battle, and another man dedicate it.
In other words, if you just did this, you ain't got no business going to war.
And what man is he that planted a vineyard and have not yet eaten of it? Let him also go and return unto his house, lest he die in the battle, and another man eat of it. And what man is there that hath betrothed a wife?
If a man has just got married
and have not taken her,
and you ain't taking her,
let him go and return to his house.
Let you go back home, because you ain't got no business going to the military or the war. You just got married.
Lest he die in the battle, and another man take her.
That's right.
And the officers shall speak further unto the people, and they shall say, What man is there that is fearful and faint-hearted? Let him go and return unto his house.
If you're scared to death, you're scary. If you're scary, Jerry, you stay at home. You don't go to war.
Lest his brethren's heart faint as well as his heart. And it shall be, when the officers have made an end of speaking unto the people, that they shall make captains of the armies to lead the people.
Now, I just told you, all the people that ain't got no business going to the military supposed to stay at home. If you got a guard, you just got married, or what else? You had just built a new house, and you ain't got no business going to the military.
When thou comest nigh unto the city to fight against it, then proclaim peace unto it. And it shall be, if it make thee answer of peace and open unto thee, then it shall be that all the people that is found therein shall be tributaries unto thee, and they shall serve thee. And if it will not make no peace with thee, but will make war against thee, then thou shalt besiege it.
Then you besiege it.
And when Yahweh thy Elohim hath delivered it into thy hands,
when Yahweh give it to you,
thou shalt smite every male therewith with the edge of the sword, but the women and the little ones and the cattle and all that is in the city, even all the spoil thereof, shalt thou take unto thyself, and thou shalt eat the spoil of thy enemies, which Yahweh thy Elohim hath given thee.
That's right. When Yahweh give you this city, that's what you do.
Thus shalt thou do unto all the cities which are very far off from thee, which are not of the cities of these nations, but of the cities of these people, which Yahweh thy Elohim doth give thee for inheritance.
Because when you win the war, because Yahweh gave it to you,
thou shalt save alive nothing that breatheth.
Don't save none alive breathing, kill everything.
But thou shalt utterly destroy them, namely the Hittites.
Get rid of the Hittites.
And the Amorites. the Canaanites,
the Canaanites,
and the Perizzites,
the Perizzites,
the Hivites,
the Hivites,
and the Jebusites,
and the Jebusites.
as Yahweh the Elohim commanded thee,
That's right. Get rid of all these nations.
that they teach you not to do after all their abominations,
Don't do everything. Don't do nothing like these people do, because these people hate Yahweh and they got their own tradition and their own way of lifestyle.
which they have done unto their gods.
They do this to their gods.
So should ye sin against Yahweh your Elohim.
If you do like these people, you're going to sin against Yahweh.
When thou shalt besiege a city a long time, and making war against it to take it, thou shalt not destroy the trees thereof by forcing an axe against them.
Now, there's certain trees that when you take over the land that you ain't supposed to cut down. It's going to tell you the trees that you ain't supposed to cut down after you win the war.
For thou mayest eat of them.
Y'all may eat these trees.
And thou shalt not cut them down.
Don't cut down.
For the tree of the field is man's life to employ.
That's right. It's talking about apple trees, orange tree, fruit tree, pear tree, cherry tree. You can't cut down no fruit tree.
Them in the siege. Only the trees which thou knowest that they be not trees for me.
Only the trees that ain't got no food on them. You can oak tree, a maple tree, and all the ash tree. You can knock them down, but you can't cut down no fruit tree.
Thou shalt destroy and cut them down.
You can destroy and cut them down.
And thou shalt build bulwarks against the city that maketh war with thee until it be subdued.
The Almighty said, do not cut down no apple tree, no pear tree, no fruit tree, no kind of trees that you can eat off of, but you can cut down the oak tree and the ash tree and the maple tree, all them trees that ain't for food. Any tree that's for food, you ain't supposed to touch it. That's right, after you take the land from them. Okay, what was that? Deuteronomy what?
20.
20, okay. Deuteronomy 20, go to 21. Okay. 21 and 10.
Deuteronomy chapter 21, verse 10. When thou goest forth to war against thy enemies,
when we go to war against our enemies,
and Yahweh the Elohim have delivered them into thy hands,
and you win the war because Yahweh done gave it to you,
and thou hast taken them captive,
and you taking these people captive. Now listen to what we do.
And seest among the captives a beautiful woman.
When we see the beautiful women of the captivity, we done slaughtered the town, when we see the beautiful women,
and has a desire unto her,
and we like her,
that thou wouldst have her to thy wife,
and you want to marry this beautiful woman,
then thou shalt bring her home to thy house.
Then you bring this woman home,
and she shall shave her head,
shave all the hair off her head, bald head,
and paw her nails, and she shall put the raiment of her captivity from off her head. And she shall put the raiment of her captivity from off her, and shall remain in thy house.
And she remain in the house,
and bewail her father and her mother a full month. And after that thou shalt go in unto her.
And you got to wait a whole month to have sex with her,
and be her husband.
Then y'all gonna be married.
And she shall be thy wife.
That's right.
And it shall be, if thou have no delight in her, then thou shalt let her go whither she will.
Now, when you don't want her no more, you find someone clean, let her go at her will.
But thou shalt not sell her at all for money.
Don't pimp on her. Don't turn her into a prostitute.
Thou shalt not make merchandise of her.
Don't make no merchandise of her. Get paid off of her.
Because thou hast humbled her.
Because you have humbled her. Okay, that's it. Let's go to 24. Let's see. (24 and 5).
Deuteronomy chapter 24, verse 5. When a man have taken a new wife, he shall not go out to war.
When you get a new wife, you ain't got no business going to war.
Neither shall he be charged with any business.
Don't be handling no business, because you're supposed to dedicate yourself to your wife.
But he shall be free at home 1 year.
You should stay at home 1 year with your wife.
and shall cheer up his wife which he have taken.
And cheer her up. Do everything she want to do. Y'all would, do things together.
No man shall take the nether or the upper.
No, that's on there. Let's talk about something there. Okay, let's talk about. Let me go to Joshua. Okay, well I said Joshua. Let's go. Joshua chapter 4. And start at the first verse.
Joshua chapter 4, verse 1. And it came to pass, when all the people were clean passed over Jordan, that Yahweh spoke unto Joshua, saying, Take you 12 men out of the people, out of every tribe of man.
It's Yahweh talking now.
And command ye them, saying, Take you hence out of the midst of Jordan, out of the place where the priest's feet stood firm, 12 stones, and ye shall carry them over with you, and leave them in the lodging place where ye shall lodge this night. Then Joshua called the 12 men whom he had prepared of the children of Israel, out of every man, out of every tribe a man. And Joshua said unto them, Pass over before the ark of Yahweh your Elohim into the midst of Jordan, and take you up every man of you a stone upon his shoulder, according unto the number of the tribes of the children of Israel, that this may be a sign among you, that when your children ask their fathers in time to come, saying, What mean ye by these stones? That ye shall answer them, that the waters of Jordan were cut off before the ark of the covenant of Yahweh when it passed over Jordan. The waters of Jordan were cut off, and these stones shall be for a memorial unto the children of Israel forever. And the children of Israel did so as Joshua commanded, and took up 12.
What verse you at?
8.
Okay.
And took up 12 stones out of the midst of Jordan, as Yahweh spake unto Joshua, according to the number of the tribes of the children of Israel, and carried them over with them unto the place where they lodged, and laid them down there. And Joshua set up 12 stones in the midst of Jordan, in the place where the feet of the priests which bear the ark of the covenant stood, and they are there to this day. For the priests which bear the ark stood in the midst of Jordan until everything was finished that Yahweh commanded Joshua to speak unto the people, according to all that Moses commanded Joshua. And the people hasted and passed over. And it came to pass, when all the people were clean passed over, that the ark of Yahweh passed over, and the priest in the presence of the people. And the children of Reuben and the children of Gad and half the tribe of Manasseh passed over armed before the children of Israel, as Moses spake unto them. About 40,000 prepared for war. About 40,000 prepared for war passed over before Yahweh unto battle to the plains of Jericho. On that day Yahweh magnified Joshua in the sight of all Israel, and they feared him as they feared Moses all the days of his life.
Okay, all the days of his life. Okay, let's go to 6. Yeah, 6.
Joshua chapter 6, verse 1. Now Jericho was straightly shut up because of the children of Israel. None went out, and none came in. And Yahweh said unto Joshua, See, I have given into thy hand Jericho, and the king,
Yahweh said, I give you Jericho,
and the king thereof,
and the king thereof,
and the mighty men of valor,
and the mighty men of valor.
And ye shall compass the city, all ye men of war.
All the men of war shall compass the city,
and go round about the city once. Thus shalt thou do 6 days. And seven priests shall bear before the ark 7 trumpets of ram's horns. And the 7th day ye shall compass the city 7 times, and the priests shall blow with the trumpets. And it shall come to pass that when they make a long blast with the ram's horn, and when ye hear the sound of the trumpet, all the people shall shout with a great shout, and the wall of the city shall fall down flat, and the people shall ascend up every man straight before him. And Joshua the son of Nun called the priests and said to them, take up the ark of the covenant, and let 7 priests bear 7 trumpets of ram's horns before the ark of Yahweh. And he said to the people, pass on and compass the city, and let him that is on pass on before the ark of Yahweh. And it came to pass, when Joshua had spoken to the people, that the 7 priests bearing the 7 trumpets of ram's horns passed on before Yahweh and blew with the trumpets. And the ark of the covenant of Yahweh followed them. And the armed men went before the priests that blew with the trumpets, and the reward came after the ark, the priests going on and blowing with the trumpets. And Joshua had commanded the people, saying, ye shall not shout, nor make any noise with your voice, neither shall any word proceed out of your mouth until the day I bid you shout. Then ye shall shout. So the ark of Yahweh compassed the city, going about it once, and they came into the camp and lodged in the camp. And Joshua rose early in the morning, and the priests took up the ark of Yahweh, and 7 priests bearing 7 trumpets of ram's horns before the ark of Yahweh went on continually and blew with the trumpets. And the armed men went before them, but the reward came after the ark of Yahweh, the priests going on and blowing with the trumpets. And the second day they compassed the city once and returned into the camp. So they did 6 days. And it came to pass on the 7th day that they rose early about the dawning of the day and compassed the city after the same manner 7 times. Only on that day they compassed the city 7 times. And it came to pass at the 7th time, when the priest blew with the trumpet, Joshua said unto the people, shout, for Yahweh hath given you the city,
Yahweh the one gave you the city.
and the city shall be accursed, even it, and all that are therein, to Yahweh. Only Rabbah the harlot shall live, she and all that are with her in the house, because she hid the messengers that we sent.
Because she was a righteous whore. Rahab.
And ye in any wise keep yourselves from the accursed thing, lest ye make yourselves accursed, when ye take of the accursed thing, and make the camp of Israel a curse, and trouble it.
Anything like a cross, a statue, a picture of some need it, burn that junk up.
But all the silver and gold and vessels of brass and iron are consecrated unto Yahweh. They shall come into the treasury of Yahweh.
You get all the silver, the gold, and the brass and stuff like that. Lay them pictures and crosses and statues there.
So the people shouted with the priests to blow with the trumpets. And it came to pass, when the people heard the sound of the trumpet, and the people shouted with a great shout, that the wall fell down flat, so that the people went up into the city, every man straight before him, and they took the city. And they utterly destroyed all that was in the city, both man and woman, young and old, and ox and sheep and ass, with the edge of the sword. But Joshua had said unto the 2 men that had spied out the country, go into the harlot's house, and bring out thence the woman and all that she hath, as ye swore unto her. And the young men that were spies went in and brought out Rahab and her father and her mother and her brethren and all that she had. And they brought out all her kindred and left them without the camp of Israel. And they burnt the city with fire and all that was therein, only the silver and the gold and the vessels of brass and of iron they put into the treasury of the house of Yahweh. And Joshua saved Rahab the harlot alive, and her father's household, and all that she had. And she dwelleth in Israel even unto this day, because she hid the messengers which Joshua sent to spy out Jericho. And Joshua adjured them at that time, saying, cursed be the man before Yahweh that riseth up and buildeth the city Jericho. He shall lay the foundation thereof in his firstborn, and in his youngest son shall he set up the gates of it. So Yahweh was with Joshua,
Yahweh was with Joshua, just like he was with Moses and David.
and his fame was noised throughout all the country.
And he went viral throughout all the country. Okay, that was Joshua, what, 6?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Joshua 6. Man, let's start at the 10. Joshua 10 and 1.
Joshua chapter 10, verse 1. Now it came to pass when Adonizedek, king of Jerusalem, had heard how Joshua had taken Ai and had utterly destroyed it, as he had done to Jericho and her king, so he had done to Ai and her king, and how the inhabitants of Gibeon had made peace with Israel and were among them, that they feared greatly, because Gibeon was a great city, as one of the royal cities, and because it was greater than Ai, and all the men thereof were mighty. Wherefore Adonizedek, king of Jerusalem, sent unto Hoham, king of Hebron, and unto Piram, king of Jarmuth, and unto Japhiah, king of Lachish, and unto Deber, king of Eglon, saying, Come up unto me and help me, that we may smite Gibeon,
Mm-hmm.
for it had made peace with Joshua and with the children of Israel. Therefore the 5 kings of the Amorites, the king of Jerusalem, the king of Hebron, the king of Jarmuth, the king of Lachish, the king of Eglon, gathered themselves together and went up, they and all their hosts, and encamped before Gibeon, and made war against it. And the men of Gibeon sent unto Joshua to the camp of Gilgal, saying, Slack not thy hand from thy servants, come up to us quickly, and save us, and help us. For all the kings of the Amorites that dwell in the mountains are gathered together against us. So Joshua ascended from Gilgal, he and all the people of war with him, and all the mighty men of valor. And Yahweh said unto Joshua, Fear them not,
Yahweh told Joshua, don't be scared of them.
for I have delivered them into thy hand.
You already won the war.
There shall not a man of them stand before thee.
Ain't nobody gonna be able to stand before you.
Joshua therefore came unto them suddenly, and went up from Gilgal all night. And Yahweh discomfited them before Israel, and slew them with a great slaughter at Gibeon, and chased them along the way that goeth up to Beth Horon, and smote them to Azekah and to Makkedah. And it came to pass, as they fled from before Israel, and were in the going down to Beth Horon, that Yahweh cast down great stones from heaven upon them unto Azekah, and they died.
See how Yahweh helped you fight? Yahweh cast down stone from heaven and knocked their head off.
They were more which died with hailstones than they whom the children of Israel slew with the sword.
Yahweh sent them hailstone like he do. He still send them. He sent the hailstone the other day around here.
Then spake Joshua to Yahweh in the day when Yahweh delivered up the Amorites before the children of Israel. And he said in the sight of Israel, Son,
He told the sun,
stand thou still upon Gibeon,
stand still,
and thou, moon,
and the moon,
in the valley of Ajalon.
the moon and the sun stand still.
And the sun stood still,
Stood right there,
and the moon stayed,
and the moon stayed with it
until the people had avenged themselves upon their enemies.
till they had knocked all the enemies' head off, killed the enemies.
Is not this written in the book of Jasher? So the sun stood still in the midst of heaven, and hasted not to go down out a whole day. And there was no day like that before or after it, that Yahweh hearkened unto the voice of a man.
Yeah, that's right. Yahweh listened to a man, which is Joshua.
For for Yahweh fought for Israel.
Yahweh gonna always fight for Israel when they righteous and obedient.
And Joshua returned, and all Israel with him, unto the camp of Gilgal. But these 5 kings fled and hid themselves in a cave at Makkedah. And it was so Joshua, saying, The 5 kings are found hid in a cave at Makkedah.
Now watch what Joshua do to the 5 kings that was in there.
And Joshua said, Roll great stones upon the mouth of the cave,
roll them in so they can't escape or get away,
and set men by it for to keep them,
and set men on their security so they make sure they don't get out.
And stay ye not, but pursue after your enemies, and smite the hindmost of them. Suffer them not to enter into their cities, For Yahweh your Elohim have delivered them into your hand.
Yeah, all right. Yahweh delivered them to your hand. What verse you at?
20.
Okay.
And it came to pass when Joshua and the children of Israel had made an end of slaying them with a very great slaughter,
Great slaughter.
till till they were consumed,
Destroyed.
that the rest which remained of them enter into fenced cities, and all the people returned to the camp to Joshua at Makkedah in peace. None moved his tongue against any of the children of Israel.
Didn't say nothing bad about the children of Israel.
Then said Joshua, open the mouth of the cave,
After they took care of all that business, open the mouth for the cave,
and bring out those 5 kings unto me out of the cave.
and bring them 5 kings out of the cave. Watch this.
And they did so,
And they did so.
and brought forth those 5 kings unto him out of the cave, the king of Jerusalem, the king of Hebron, the king of Jarmuth, the king of Lachish, and the king of Eglon. And it came to pass, when they brought out those kings unto Joshua, that Joshua called for all the men of Israel, and said unto the captains of the men of war which went with him, come near, put your feet upon the necks of these kings. And they came near and put their feet upon the necks of them.
Put the neck up on them. Put the feet up on the neck.
And Joshua said unto them, fear not, nor be dismayed.
Don't be scared.
Be strong and of a good courage, for thus shall Yahweh do to all your enemies against whom ye fight.
Yahweh gonna do this against all your enemies who you fight. That's right. I think that's all. Let me see. Yeah. No, wait.
And afterward Joshua smote them and slew them.
He killed them.
And hanged them on 5 trees.
And when he got through killing me, hang them up on 5 trees.
And they were hanging upon the trees until evening.
To the evening.
And it came to pass at the time of the going down of the sun that Moses commanded. That Joshua commanded, and they took them down off the trees and cast them into the cave wherein they had been hid, and laid great stones in the cave's mouth, which remain unto this very day. And that day Joshua took Makkedah and smote it with the edge of the sword, and the king thereof he utterly destroyed them, and all the souls that were therein. He let none remain, and he did to the king of Makkedah as he did unto the king of Jericho.
Now I'm showing you that you cannot go to war by yourself. You have to have Yahweh with you to go to war. That's what it's all about. Getting permission for Yah. That was 10. Let's see. Judges. Let's see. Start the first verse. Judges 3 and 1.
Judges chapter 3, verse 1. Now these are the nations which Yahweh left to prove Israel by them, even as many of Israel as had not known all the wars of Canaan, only that the generations of the children of Israel might know, to teach them war.
Teach them war.
At the least such as before knew nothing thereof, namely 5 masters of the Philistines, and all the Canaanites, and the Sidonians, and the Hivites that dwelt in Mount Lebanon, from Mount Be Hermon unto the entering in of Hamath, and they were to prove Israel by them, to know whether they would hearken unto the commandments of Yahweh, which he commanded their fathers by the hand of Moses. And the children of Israel dwelt among the Canaanites, Hittites, and Amorites, and Perizzites, and Hivites, and Jebusites. And they took their daughters to be their wives, and gave their daughters to be their sons, and served their gods.
That's the violation here.
And the children of Israel did evil in the sight of Yahweh.
That's right. When you go out your race, you do evil in the sight of Yahweh.
And forget Yahweh their Elohim.
And you forgot all about Yah.
And serve false deity in the groves.
And you saw false deities.
Therefore the anger of Yahweh was hot against Israel.
He was angry against us.
And he sold them into the hand of Chushan Hothaim.
And put us in captivity. Every time we make the Most High mad, upset, he going to put us in captivity.
King of Mesopotamia. And the children of Israel served Shu Hashrishaim 8 years.
8 years.
And when the children of Israel cried unto Yahweh, Yahweh raised up a deliverer to the children of Israel, who delivered them, even Othniel, the son of Kenaz, Caleb's younger brother. And the Spirit of Yahweh came upon him, and he judged Israel and went out to war. And Yahweh delivered Shushan Rishathaim, king of Mesopotamia, into his hand, and his hand prevailed against Shushan Rishathaim.
Okay, that's all I want right there. That was Judges. Let's see. Let's go to 11. Well, this corn right here. I like this. Judges chapter 11. Boy, y'all check out what happened. Now y'all check this story out, boy. This cold blooded right here. Now, yeah, Judges 11 and 1.
Judges chapter 11 verse 1. Now Jephthah the Gilead was a mighty man of valor.
Now he was a goon. He was a warrior. He was a killer. Now check it out. But
He was the son of a harlot.
He was the son of a whore. His mama was a whore, and the people weren't studying. But I'm gonna let the book do. Go on read. Watch this.
And Gilead begat Jephthah, and Gilead's wife bare him sons, and his wife's sons grew up, and they thrust out Jephthah.
See, they was all brothers and sisters, but they wanted to shun him. Get on with me. Your mama ain't no good, and get on with me. We don't have nothing to do with you. But watch this, y'all.
And said unto him, Thou shalt not inherit in our father's house.
You ain't gonna have nothing coming. Get on with us. Yeah, we know your mama was a whore, and they're talking about him and this, that, and that. Watch this.
For thou art the son of a strange woman.
You a son of a strange woman. Your woman was your mama Japanese or Puerto Rico, Chinese or something. You're a foreigner.
Then Jephthah fled from his brethren.
Then he went away from his brother. Well, watch this.
And dwelt in the land of Tob.
And he went to the land of Tob. He got on away from him because they didn't love him. They hated him.
And there were gathered vain men to Jephthah, and went out with him. And it came to pass in process of time that the children of Ammon made war against Israel.
Now watch what the children of Ammon had war against them.
And it was so that when the children of Ammon made war against Israel, the elders of Gilead went to fetch Jephthah out of the land of Tob.
Now they going to look for him because they need their help. They need their brother help. But now they want to look for him because he was a goon and a warrior and a killer. So now they looking for Jephthah to help him, even though they weren't studying him at first. Boy, see how the times change. Watch this.
And they said unto Jephthah, Come and be our captain.
Then they went to the land and told, hey man, come on, go on with us, bro. You know, we fight these people and we can't do nothing with them. Watch this.
That we may fight with the children of Ammon.
Yeah, we can fight the children of Ammon. We need you.
And Jephthah said unto the elders of Gilead, Did not ye hate me?
Didn't y'all hate me? Then y'all said my mom was a hoe and this and that. I was a stranger and y'all wasn't kin to me no more. Y'all got rid of me. Then y'all say that? Now watch this. Keep reading.
And expelled me out of my father's house.
And told me to get on down the road and kick rocks. Get on down the road. We ain't studying you.
And why are ye come unto me now when ye are in distress?
Now why you coming back to me when you need me while you in distress? That's how people is, y'all. Why you coming back to me when you got rid of me and called me names and this, that, and that, belittled me and talked about me, but now you need me. That's what black folks do, yo. Watch this.
And the elders of Gilead said unto Jephthah, Therefore we turn again to thee now.
We turn to you now. We sorry. We apologize. What verse you at?
8. That thou mayest go with us and fight against the children of Ammon.
We need you to fight against Ammon, the children of Ammon, to fight against them.
And be our head over all the inhabitants of Gilead.
And be the king, be the leader, be the head, be the president, be the man over everybody. They make him king now. So he had to be a cold piece of work for them to go get him. Read.
And Jephthah said unto the elders of Gilead, If ye bring me home again to fight against the children of Ammon, and Yahweh deliver them before me, shall I be your head?
That's right. Answer the question. If I do it and Yahweh give to me, should I be the head of all y'all?
And the elders of Gilead said unto Jephthah, Yahweh be witness between us, if we do not so according to thy words. Then Jephthah went with the elders of Gilead, and the people made him head and captain over them.
He went on back. He forgave him and went on back after they talked about him like a dog and threw him away and all this and that. Now they need him. But watch this. Read.
And Jephthah uttered all his words before Yahweh in Mizpeh. And Jephthah sent messengers unto the king of the children of Ammon, saying, What hast thou to do with me, that thou art come against me to fight in my land? And the king of the children of Ammon answered unto the messengers of Jephthah, Because Israel took away my land.
Because Israel took away my land.
When they came up out of Egypt from Arnon even unto Jabbok and to Jordan. Now therefore restore those lands again peaceably. And Jephthah sent messengers again unto the king of the children of Ammon, and said unto them, Thus saith Jephthah, Israel took not away the land of Moab, nor the land of the children of Ammon. But when Israel came up from Egypt and walked through the wilderness unto the Red Sea, and came to Kadesh, then Israel sent messengers unto the king of Edom, saying, Let me, I pray thee.
They just wanted to pass through the land of Edom, and Edom wouldn't let them pass through. Read.
Pass through thy land. But the king of Edom would not hearken thereto.
They wasn't studying us. That's what got them violated. But I'm gonna show you about Esau in a little while.
And in like manner they sent unto the king of Moab, but he would not consent. And Israel abided in Kadesh.
See, this is the reason why the Most High Yahweh hate Esau. Right here, this what made the Most High hate you. Because when we was running out of these, we wanted to go through their land. He said, "No, get on back," and wouldn't let us pass through. Read.
Then they went along through the wilderness and compassed the land of Edom and the land of Moab, and came by the east side of the land of Moab, and pitched on the other side of Arnon, but came not within the border of Moab, for Arnon was the border of Moab. And Israel sent messengers unto Sihon, king of the Amorites, the king of Heshbon. And Israel said unto him, Let us, we pray thee, let us pass, we pray thee, through thy land into my place. But Sihon trusted not Israel to pass through his coast. But Sihon gathered all his people together and pitched in Jahaz and fought against Israel. And Yahweh Elohim of Israel delivered Sihon and all his people into the hand of Israel, and they smote them. So Israel possessed all the land of the Amorites, the inhabitants of that country, and they possessed all the coast of the Amorites from Arnon even unto Jabbok, and from the wilderness even unto Joram.
Okay, that's enough of that. But I just wanted to let them know that Japheth, when they weren't studying them, and then when they got in distress and got to fight in the mother country, then they want to call up on them. Okay, that was Judges, right? Let me see. Okay, Judges. Judges 20. No, 20 and 14. Judges 20, 14.
Judges chapter 20, verse 14. But the children of Benjamin gathered themselves together out of the cities into Gibeah to go out to battle against the children of Israel. And the children of Benjamin were numbered at that time out of the cities 26,000 men that drew sword, beside the inhabitants of Gibeah, which were numbered 700 chosen men. Among all these Among all this people there were 700 chosen men left-handed. Everyone could sling stones at an hairbreadth and not miss.
They was cold with their left hand. They was Michael Jordan cold. They were cold blooded with their hand with them slingshot. Yeah, I just wanted that part. Let me go to First Samuel. Let me see, First Samuel 15. Yeah, 15 and 1.
1 Samuel chapter 15, verse 1. Samuel also said unto Saul, Yahweh sent me to anoint thee to be king over his people, over Israel. Now therefore hearken thou unto the voice of the words of Yahweh.
Hearken to Yahweh's voice.
Thus saith Yahweh of hosts, I remember that which Amalek did to Israel.
I remember what Amalek did to Israel.
How he laid way for him in the way when he came up from Egypt. Now go and smite Amalek and utterly destroy all that they have, and spare them not, but slay both man and woman, infant and suckling, ox and sheep, camel and ass. And Saul gathered the people together.
Now you heard what Yahweh told him how to do it, but he gonna do it his way instead of Yahweh's way. Read.
And numbered them in Telam 200,000 footmen and 10,000 men of Judah. And Saul came to a city of Amalek and lay wait in the valley. And Saul said unto the Kenites, Go, depart, get you down from among the Amalekites, lest I destroy you with them.
Now he told them, he gave them warning, get on away from them, because I'm finna handle this business.
For ye show kindness to all the children of Israel when they came up out of Egypt. So the Kenites departed from among the Amalekites. And Saul smote the Amalekites from Havilah until thou comes to Shur, that is over against Egypt. And he took Agag, the king of the Amalekites, alive, and utterly destroyed all the people with the edge of the sword.
That's right, he did it.
But Saul and the people spared Agag.
They spared Agag the king. He was the king of the Amalekites.
And the best of the sheep,
and the best of the sheep,
and of the oxen, and of the fatlings, and the lambs, and all that was good, and would not utterly destroy them.
He didn't completely destroy them like Yahweh said. He disobeyed the Most High.
But everything that was vile and refused, that they destroy utterly.
Yeah, everything that they didn't want.
Then came the word of Yahweh unto Samuel, saying, It repented me that I have set up Saul to be king, for he is turned back from following me, and have not performed my commandments. And it grieved Samuel, and he cried unto Yahweh all night. And when Samuel rose early to meet Saul in the morning, it was told Samuel, saying, Saul came to Carmel, and, behold, he set him up a place, and is going about, and passed on, and gone down to Gilgal. And Samuel came to Saul, and Saul said unto him, Blessed be thou of Yahweh, I have performed the commandment of Yahweh.
No, you did.
And Samuel said, What meaneth then this bleating of the sheep in my ears?
I hear these sheep making that noise.
And the lowing of the oxen which I hear. And Saul said, They have brought them from the Amalekites, for the people spared the best of the sheep and of the oxen to sacrifice unto Yahweh thy Elohim, and the rest we have utterly destroyed. Then Samuel said unto Saul, Stay, and I will tell thee what Yahweh hath said to me this night.
I'm going to tell you what Yahweh said.
And he said unto him, Say on. And Samuel said, When thou wast little in thy own sight, wast thou not made the head of the tribes of Israel, and Yahweh anointed thee king over Israel? And Yahweh sent thee on a journey, and said, Go and utterly destroy the sinners, the Amalekites, and fight against them until they be consumed. Wherefore then didst thou not obey the voice of Yahweh?
Didn't listen to Yahweh,
but didst fly upon the spoil, and didst evil in the sight of Yahweh.
Did the opposite of what Yahweh said. Yahweh said, do this, you did something else.
And Saul said unto Samuel, Yea, I have obeyed the voice of Yahweh.
No, you didn't.
And have gone the way which Yahweh sent me.
No, you didn't. You didn't do it the way Yahweh said do it.
And have brought Agag, the king of Amalek.
He didn't tell you to do that. He told you to kill Agag.
And have utterly destroyed the Amalekites.
Now, you killed some of them, but not all of them. What verse you at?
21.
Okay.
But the people took of the spoil, sheep and oxen, the chief of the things which should have been utterly destroyed, to sacrifice unto Yahweh thy Elohim in Gilgal. And Samuel said, Hath Yahweh as great delight in burnt offerings and sacrifices?
Do Yahweh accept sacrifices and offering? He ain't studying that.
as in obeying the voice of Yahweh.
That's right. He wants you to obey.
Behold, to obey is better than sacrifice.
Yahweh said to obey is better than sacrifice. You take that sacrifice and stick it up your tail. He wants you to obey him.
And to hearken than the fat of rams. For rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft, and stubbornness is as iniquity and idolatry.
That's right.
Because thou hast rejected the word of Yahweh,
because you didn't listen to what Yahweh say,
he have also rejected thee from being king.
He have took away the king's spot from you.
And Saul said unto Samuel, I have sinned.
Then he acknowledged he had sinned. But first you told a lie. Now you confessing.
For I have transgressed the commandment of Yahweh.
That's right. You didn't do the commandment of Yahweh.
And thy words. Because I feared the people.
Because he feared the people more than he feared Yahweh.
And obeyed their voice.
And I listen to the people. See, that's what the people want to do. Everybody want to listen to what the human beings say instead of what Yahweh say. That's your problem.
Now therefore, I pray thee, pardon my sins.
Forgive me for my sins.
And turn again with me.
Turn again to me.
That I may worship Yahweh. And Samuel said unto Saul, I will not return with thee.
I ain't studying you.
For thou hast rejected the word of Yahweh.
Because you have rejected the word of Yahweh. That's reason I ain't studying you.
And Yahweh have rejected thee from being king over Israel.
Yahweh ain't studying you no more either.
And as Samuel turned about to go away, he laid hold upon the skirt of his mantle and it rent. And Samuel said unto him, Yahweh have rent the kingdom of Israel from thee this day, and have given it to a neighbor of thine that is better than thou. And also the strength of Israel will not lie nor repent, for he is not a man that he should repent. Then he said, I have sinned, yet honor me now, I pray thee, before the elders of my people and before Israel, and turn again with me, that I may worship Yahweh the Elohim. So Samuel turned again after Saul, and Saul worshiped Yahweh. Then said Samuel, bring ye hither to me Agag, the king of the Amalekites.
Now watch what Samuel do.
And Agag came unto him delicately, and Agag said, surely the bitterness of death is past. And Samuel said, as thy sword hath made women childless, so shall thy mother be childless among women. And Samuel hewed Agag in pieces before Yahweh in Gilgal. Then Samuel went to Ramah, and Saul went up to his house to Gibeah of Saul. And Samuel came no more to see Saul until the day of his death.
He cut him up.
Nevertheless, Samuel mourned for Saul, and Yahweh repented that he had made Saul king.
That's right. Okay. Let's see. Let's go to 16:1.
1 Samuel chapter 16, verse 1. And Yahweh said unto Samuel, how long wilt thou mourn for Saul, seeing I have rejected him from reigning over Israel?
How long you gonna cry for this man and I ain't studying?
Fill thine horn with oil, and go. I will send thee to Jesse the Bethlehemite, for I have provided me a king among his sons. And Samuel said, how can I go? If Saul hear it, he will kill me. And Yahweh said, take a heifer with thee, and say, I am come to sacrifice to Yahweh. And call Jesse to the sacrifice, and I will show thee what thou shalt do, and thou shalt anoint unto me him whom I name unto thee. And Samuel did that which Yahweh spake, and came to Bethlehem. And the elders of the town trembled at his coming, and said, comest thou peaceably? And he said, peaceably. I am come to sacrifice unto Yahweh. Sanctify yourselves, and come with me to the sacrifice. And he sanctified Jesse and his sons, and called them to the sacrifice. And it came to pass, when they were come, that he looked on Eliab, and said, surely Yahweh's anointed is before him. But Yahweh said unto Samuel,
now watch what Yahweh said to Samuel.
look not on his countenance,
Don't look how tall he is on his country, how he look.
or on the height of his stature,
Don't look at none of that.
because I refused him.
I ain't studying him.
For Yahweh seeth not as man seeth.
Yahweh don't see like we see.
For man looketh on the outward appearance,
You looking on the outside.
but Yahweh looketh on the heart.
Yahweh looking at the heart. And don't nobody know your heart but Yahweh. Keep reading.
Then Jesse called Abinadab and made him pass before Samuel, and he said, Neither hath Yahweh chosen this.
Yahweh ain't studied none of these.
Then Jesse made Shammah to pass by, and he said, Neither hath Yahweh chosen this.
Yahweh ain't chose him either. Just like he ain't choose nobody in the New Testament, he ain't chose him.
Again, Jesse made 7 of his sons to pass before Samuel. And Samuel said to Jesse, Yahweh hath not chosen these.
Yahweh ain't chose no JC. He didn't choose Paul, Peter, Luke, John, Timothy, Mark. None of them. He ain't choose none of them. But this is what he chose over in the Old Testament. Read.
And Samuel said unto Jesse, Are here all thy children?
Is these all your children?
And he said, There remaineth yet the youngest, and behold, he keepeth the sheep.
Yahweh chose the younger to keep the sheep.
And Samuel said unto Jesse, Send and fetch him.
Go get him, because I want to see who he is.
For we will not sit down till he come hither.
We ain't going to sit down till he get here.
And he sent and brought him in. Now he was ruddy.
He was ruddy. He was a red looking dude.
And withal of a beautiful countenance.
And was nice looking, handsome.
And goodly to look to.
Goodly, handsome young man, red and handsome.
And Yahweh said, Arise, anoint him.
This the one I want right here. I didn't want Paul, Luke, Peter, John, Matthew, Mark, and all them. I want this one.
For this is he.
This is the one I want.
Then Samuel took the horn of oil and anointed him in the midst of his brethren. And the Spirit of Yahweh came upon David from that day forward.
From that day forward, the Spirit of Yah.
So Samuel rose up and went to Ramah. But the Spirit of Yahweh departed from Saul, and an evil spirit from Yahweh troubled him. And Saul's servant said unto him, Behold now, an evil spirit from Elohim troubleth thee.
The evil spirit troubled Saul.
Let our master now command thy servants, which are before thee, to seek out a man who is a cunning player on a harp, and it shall come to pass when the evil spirit from Elohim is upon thee, that he shall play with his hand, and thou shalt be well.
Okay, that's all I really needed. Okay, that was 16. Okay, let me see. Let's go to 17. Cold-blooded right here, 17 and 1. Watch this, y'all. This cold-blooded. Pay attention.
1 Samuel chapter 17, verse 1. Now the Philistines gathered together their armies to battle, and were gathered together at Shocho, which belonged to Judah, and pitched between Socho and Ezekah and Ephesdadmeim. And Saul and the men of Israel were gathered together and pitched by the valley of Elah, and set the battle in array against the Philistines. And the Philistines stood on a mountain on the one side, and Israel stood on a mountain on the other side, and there was a valley between them. And there came out a champion out of the camp of the Philistines named Goliath.
Now watch this. Goliath now. Goliath of Gad.
Of Gath, whose height was 6 cubits and a span.
However tall that is, he was a giant.
He had a helmet of brass upon his head, and he was armed with a coat of mail, and the weight of the coat was 5,000 shekels of brass. And he had greaves of brass upon his legs, and a target of brass between his shoulders. And the staff of his spear was like a weaver's beam, and his spear's head weighed 600 shekels of iron, and one bearing a shield went before him.
Now, there was a cold-blooded dude. There was Goliath, y'all, but this don't mean nothing to David. Read.
And he stood and cried unto the armies of Israel.
He hollered out to the children of Israel.
And said unto them, Why are ye come out to set your battle in array? Am not I a Philistine?
I'm a Philistine.
And ye servants to Saul, choose you a man for you, and let him come down to me.
Get y'all somebody out y'all trap. It's gonna be a one-on-one. That's what he want.
If he be able to fight with me and to kill me, then will we be your servants.
That's what got him in trouble right there.
But if I prevail against him and kill him, then shall ye be our servants and serve us. And the Philistines said, I defy the armies of Israel this day. Give me a man that we may fight together. When Saul and all Israel heard those words of the Philistine, they were dismayed and greatly afraid.
See, they were scared of all Saul men were scared of him, and Saul too. Now watch this. Now they were scary. Watch this.
Now David was the son of that Ephrathite of Bethlehem, Judah, whose name was Jesse, and he had 8 sons. And the man went among men, for an old man in the days of Saul. And the 3 elder sons of Jesse went and followed Saul to the battle. And the names of his 3 sons that went to the battle were Eliab the firstborn, and next unto him Abinadab, and the third Shammah. And David was the youngest.
David was the baby boy.
And the 3 elders followed Saul.
And they followed Saul, but they scared to death like Saul.
But David went and returned from Saul to feed his father's sheep at Bethlehem. And the Philistine drew near morning and evening and presented himself 40 days. And Jesse said unto David his son, take now for thy brother an ephah of this parched corn.
You go feed your brothers.
And these 10 loaves, and run to the camp to thy brethren, and carry these 10 cheeses unto the captain of their 1,000, and look how thy brethren fare, and take their pledge. Now Saul and they and
remember now, King David wasn't nothing but a little boy. He was a child. He was young now.
And all the men of Israel were in the valley of Elah, fighting with the Philistines. And David rose up early in the morning and left the sheep with a keeper, and took and went as Jesse had commanded him.
He did like his daddy told him to do.
And he came to the trench as the host was going forth to the fight, and shouted for the battle. For Israel and the Philistines had put the battle in array, army against army. And David left his carriage in the hand of the keeper of the carriage, and ran into the army, and came and saluted his brethren. And as he talked with them, behold, there came up the champion.
Like he was talking to the champion is Goliath,
the Philistine of Gath, Goliath by name, out of the armies of the Philistines, and spake according to the same words. And David heard them. And all the men of Israel, when they saw 24.
Oh, okay.
When they saw the man, fled from him, and were sore afraid. And the men of Israel said, have ye seen this man that is come up? Surely to defy Israel is he come up. And it shall be that the man who killeth him, the king shall enrich him with great riches, and will give him his daughter, and make his father's house free in Israel. And David spake to the men that stood by him, saying, what shall be done to the man that killeth this Philistine?
Now he said, ask him a question. Okay. Because that my page missing out that Bible. So what verse you at?
26.
Okay, 1 Samuel.
Yeah.
17 and 26. Okay, go ahead.
And take it away the reproach from Israel. For who is this uncircumcised Philistine?
Who is this clown?
That he should defy the armies of the living Elohim. And the people answered him after this manner, saying, so shall it be done to the man that killeth him. And Eliab his eldest brother heard when he spake unto the men. And Eliab's anger was kindled against David. And he said, why camest thou down hither? And with whom hast thou left those few sheep in the wilderness?
What you doing here, David? You ain't no fighter, man. What you doing here?
I know thy pride and the naughtiness of thine heart, for thou art come down that thou mightest see the battle.
I know you just come to see the battle.
And David said, what have I now done?
What I did? I ain't did nothing.
Is there not a cause? And he turned from him toward another, and spake after the same manner. And the people answered him again after the former manner. And when the words were heard which David spake, they rehearsed them before Saul, and he sent for him. And David said to Saul, let no man's heart fail because of him. Thy servant will go and fight with this Philistine.
I don't need nothing. I'm gonna go fight before y'all. I'm gonna go fight the Philistine before y'all. Watch this.
And Saul said to David, thou art not able to go against this Philistine to fight with him?
Oh, you ain't gonna be able to kill Goliath. You too young. You ain't nothing. You soft and weak, and yeah, he's belittling them. Watch this though.
For thou art but a youth,
You ain't nothing but a child. You just a young boy.
and he a man of war from his youth. And David said unto Saul, thy servant kept his father's sheep,
When I was keeping my father's sheep,
and there came a lion
it came a lion. Watch what he did to the lion.
and a bear,
And a bear.
and took a lamb out of the flock.
And they took a lamb out of the flock. Now watch what David did.
And I went out after him and smote him,
I killed him.
and delivered it out of his mouth.
I took it out of his mouth.
And when he arose against me, I caught him by his beard,
I caught the lion by the beard.
and smote him, and slew him.
That's why I killed him.
Thy servant slew both the lion and the bear.
David said, I killed a lion and a bear.
And this uncircumcised Philistine shall be as one of them.
I'm going to do this uncircumcised Philistine just like I did this bear and this lion. I'm going to do the same thing to him.
Seeing he hath defied the armies of the living Elohim. David said, moreover, Yahweh that delivered me out of the paw of the lion,
Yahweh the one delivered me from the lion
and out of the paw of the bear,
and the bear.
he will deliver me out of the hand of this Philistine.
And he going to do the same thing with this Philistine, boy. This was a cold young man right here, y'all.
And Saul said unto David, go, and Yahweh be with thee.
Okay, so because they all them scared, remember? All the Saul men and him scared. Now David was the only one who had the heart.
And so armed David with his armor.
Now watch this part. He gave him a Mac 11, a Uzi, a 357.
And he put a helmet of brass upon his head.
He put a helmet of brass upon David's head, trying to protect him.
Also, he armed him with a coat of mail.
Coat of mail, dressing him like, military style.
And David girded his sword upon his armor, and he essayed to go, for he had not proved it. And David said unto Saul,
This was David told Saul,
I cannot go with these,
I can't go with all this stuff.
for I have not proved them.
I ain't proved them.
And David put them off him.
And David took all that stuff off of him. He threw the gun over there, took the helmet off, got rid of everything.
And he took his staff in his hand, and chose him 5 smooth stones out of the brook.
He took 5 stones out of the brook
and put them in a shepherd's bag.
And put them in a shepherd's bag. All he had was a slingshot.
Even in a scrip, and his sling was in his hand, and he drew near to the Philistine.
And he ran to the Philistine.
And the Philistine came on and drew near to David.
And he came near to David.
And the man that bare the shield went before him. And when the Philistine looked about and saw David,
what was the name? The Philistine name?
Goliath.
When Goliath saw him,
he disdained him, for he was but a youth.
He wasn't nothing but a little boy. What verse you at?
42.
Okay.
And ruddy, and of a fair countenance. And the Philistine said to David, am I a dog, that thou comest to me with staves? And the Philistine cursed David by his gods. And the Philistine said to David, come to me, and I will give thy flesh unto the fowls of the air, and to the beasts of the field.
In other words, I'm finna kill you, David.
Then said David to the Philistine, thou comest to me with a sword.
You come to me with a Uzi, a Mac 11, a 357.
And with a spear.
And with a shield. No, it's a shield. Spear. Okay. Yeah, my fault. Go ahead.
And with a shield.
You come with all these guns and stuff like that, knives and stuff like that. But watch what David say.
But I come to thee in the name of Yahweh of hosts.
Well, I come to you in the name of Yah. You understand me? I don't need no gun. I don't need no grenade, no bulletproof. I don't need none of that. Read that again.
Then said David to the Philistine.
Then David told the Philistine,
thou comest to me with a sword.
You come to me with a 357.
And with a spear.
And with a spear. With a bulletproof vest.
And with a shield.
And with a shield.
But I come to thee in the name of Yahweh of hosts.
I come to thee in the name of Yah. You understand me? I don't need that. Read.
the Elohim of the armies of Israel, whom thou hast defied. This day will Yahweh deliver thee into my hand,
This day Yahweh gonna deliver this Philistine into my hand,
and I will smite thee,
and I'm gonna kill you,
and take thy head from thee,
and I'm gonna chop your head off.
and I will give the carcasses of the host of the Philistines this day unto the fowls of the air,
Then the vultures and all the birds gonna eat your body up.
and to the wild beasts of the earth,
Then the lions and stuff gonna eat your tail up.
that all the earth may know that there is an Elohim in Israel,
That all the earth know Yahweh is on the scene. Yahweh running this show. When you go to war, you gotta have y'all boy. This a young little boy popping corn. Wait, little bitty boy. Boy, you know this a cold lick, y'all. I got the chills. Read.
and all this assembly shall know that Yahweh saveth not with sword and spear,
Yahweh don't need no gun, no Mac 11, no 357. He don't do it that way. Read.
for the battle is Yahweh's,
The battle already yours. Yahweh already won the battle. Understand that? Read.
and he will give you into our hands.
And he gonna give you to me. You understand me? Read.
And it came to pass, when the Philistine arose and came and drew nigh to meet David, that David hasted and ran toward the army to meet the Philistine.
David ran to him.
And David put his hand in his bag,
Put a hand in his bag,
and took thence a stone, and slang it,
and took that stone, slang it,
and smote the Philistine in his forehead,
and it went in his forehead.
that the stone sucked into his forehead.
It went inside and sunk, hit him so hard till it sunk in, it hit him and bounced off. It went down in his head. Read, caved in it.
And he fell upon his face to the earth.
And the Philistine fell up, and Goliath fell up on the face of the earth.
So David prevailed over the Philistine with a sling and with a stone,
That's right.
and smote the Philistine,
And smote the Philistine with just a rock, a stone,
and slew him.
and killed him.
But there was no sword in the hand of David.
David didn't have no ooze and no 9mm.
Therefore David ran and stood upon the Philistine.
He ran, stood upon the Philistine,
and took his sword.
and give me the knife out of there. Give me one of them knives out of there. Give me something to cut. I like to demonstrate. What he read?
And drew it out of the sheath thereof, and slew him,
And slew him,
and cut off his head therewith.
and cut off his head.
And when the Philistines saw their champion was dead,
When they saw the champion was dead,
they fled.
they fled. They scared to death.
And the men of Israel and of Judah arose and shouted and pursued the Philistines until thou come to the valley and to the gates of Ekron. And the wounded of the Philistines fell down by the way to Sharim, even unto Gath and unto Ekron. And the children of Israel returned from chasing after the Philistines, and they spoiled their tents. And David took the head of the Philistine
David took the head of the Philistine
and brought it to Jerusalem,
and took it to Jerusalem.
but he put his armor in his tent.
He put the armor in the tent.
And when Saul saw David go forth against the Philistine,
When Saul saw that David was a goon, wasn't scared of nothing,
he said unto Abner, the captain of the host,
who is this man?
Abner, whose son is this youth?
Whose son is this? Because he couldn't believe it.
And Abner said, As thy soul liveth, O king, I cannot tell.
I don't know who he is. I ain't never heard of him, never seen him. I don't know nothing about him.
And the king said, Inquire thou whose son the stripling is.
Find out whose son this is. Because this man here did something I ain't never heard or seen before.
And as David returned from the slaughter of the Philistine, Abner took him and brought him before Saul with the head of the Philistine in his hand.
With the head, got the man's head in his hand.
And Saul said to him, Whose son art thou,
Whose son? He still won't know whose son this is.
thou young man? And David answered, I am the son of thy servant Jesse the Bethlehemite.
I am the son of Jesse the Bethlehemite. That's what he said. Boy, listen here. He said, I don't need no gun. I don't need no bulletproof vest. I don't need none of that. Hey, boy, this is a cold lick here. When that young boy said that I'll come in the name of Yah, you understand me? I don't need none of that. And he had already won the battle because y'all made it headed like that. So that was what, Samuel, 17? Yeah. Okay. Okay, let me see. Okay, yeah, Samuel 23:1.
1 Samuel chapter 23, verse 1. Then they told David, saying, Behold, the Philistines fight against Keilah, and they rob the threshing floors. Therefore David inquired of Yahweh, saying,
Hold it. Let's find out what require mean. Inquire. Now, what do inquire mean? David could inquire right here.
Inquire, to ask a question.
David asking a question.
To ask about in order to learn.
To ask about to learn. So in other words, inquire means ask a question. Now watch read that too again.
Therefore David inquired of Yahweh.
He asked Yahweh a question,
saying, Shall I go and smite these Philistines?
Shall I go and kill the Philistines?
And Yahweh said unto David.
And Yahweh said unto David,
Go. And smite the Philistines and save Keilah.
And go and fight the Philistines because you got permission from me. David didn't do it on his own. He asked permission. Read.
And David's men said unto him, Behold, we be afraid here in Judah. How much more then if we come to Keilah against the armies of the Philistines? Then David inquired of Yahweh yet again.
Then David asked Yahweh again.
And Yahweh answered him and said, Arise, go down to Keilah, for I will deliver the Philistines into thy hand.
Go down to Keilah, I will deliver the Philistines to your hand.
So David and his men went to Keilah and fought with the Philistines and brought away their cattle and smote them with a great slaughter. So David saved the inhabitants of Keilah.
That's right, because Yahweh was with David. That's when he did it. That's right. That was 1 Samuel 23?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me go to. Let's go to 2 Samuel. First verse. 2 Samuel 1:1.
2 Samuel chapter 1, verse 1. Now it came to pass after the death of Saul, when David was returned from the slaughter of the Amalekites.
Now y'all pay attention to this. Watch this boy. He thought he was gonna get some brownie points for this. Read.
And David had about 2 days in Ziklag. And it came to pass on the third day that, behold, a man came out of the camp from Saul with his clothes rent and earth upon his head. And so it was, when he came to David, that he fell to the earth and did obeisance. And David said unto him, From whence comest thou?
Man, where you coming from?
And he said unto him, Out of the camp of Israel am I escaped. And David said unto him, How went the matter?
How did the fight go? How did the war go?
I pray thee, tell me. And he answered, That the people are fled from the battle, and many of the people also are fallen and dead. And so
this man saw the battle, so he explained to King David what happened.
And Saul and Jonathan his son are dead also.
They dead.
And David said unto the young man that told him, How knowest thou that Saul and Jonathan his son be dead?
How you know Saul and Jonathan is dead, man?
And the young man that told him said, As I happened by chance upon Mount Gilboa.
As I happened by chance on Mount Gilboa.
Behold, Saul leaned upon his spear.
Saul killed himself.
And lo, the chariots and horsemen followed hard after him. And when he looked behind him, he saw me and called unto me.
Then he called unto me.
And I answered, Here am I.
Here am I.
And he said unto me,
and he said unto him,
Who art thou?
Who art thou?
And I answered him, I am an Amalekite.
I'm an Amalekite.
And he said unto me again, Stand, I pray thee, upon me.
Stand up on me.
And slay me.
He told the Saul told the Amalekite to slay him. Now watch this.
For anguish has come upon me, because my life is yet whole in me. So I stood upon him
So I did what Saul said.
and slew him,
I finished killing Saul. Watch this though.
because I was sure that he could not live after that he was fallen.
I'm sure once he got stabbed, he wasn't gonna live. So I went on finish the job.
And I took the crown that was upon his head,
And I took Saul's crown that was up on his head. He bragging now.
and the bracelet that was on his arm,
And the bracelet was on his arm.
and I brought them hither unto my master.
And I brought this to you, David.
Then David took hold on his clothes.
Then David took on his clothes
and rent them.
And
likewise all the men that were with him.
And everybody else was upset and mourning and crying.
And they mourned.
And they mourned and wept, cried.
And wept and fasted until even.
Till evening.
For Saul and for Jonathan his son.
For Saul and Jonathan, because David, he was humble, man.
And for the people of Yahweh and for the house of Israel, because they were fallen by the sword.
Because they had fallen by the sword. Read.
And David said unto the young man that told him.
And David said to the young man that told him.
Whence art thou?
Whence art thou? Where you coming from?
And he answered, I am the son of a stranger, an Amalekite.
I am a son of a stranger. I'm an Amalekite.
And David said unto him, how wast thou not afraid to stretch forth thy hand to destroy Yahweh's anointed?
Listen, you have to be careful of what you do. He asked him a question. See, King David, he could have been killed Saul. And the reason why he didn't kill Saul, because Saul was Yahweh's anointed one. When you are anointed one, you let Yahweh do it. Handle that business. You can't take it upon yourself and kill Yahweh's anointed one. And so, David, let's read that again, because I want these people to understand what went wrong.
And David said unto him, how wast thou not afraid to stretch forth thy hand to destroy Yahweh's anointed?
Why you weren't scared to kill Yahweh's anointed one?
And David called one of the young men.
David called one of the young men.
And said, go near.
Go near.
And fall upon him.
And kill him.
And he smote him that he died.
He smote him that he died. His mouth got him killed, and what he said out of his mouth got him killed, and what he did. He thought he was bragging and finna get some brownie point. Oh, I brought you his crown. I brought you his gun. I brought you this, that, and the other. Man, they got you killed. Read.
And David said unto him, thy blood be upon thy head.
Blood be upon your head.
For thy mouth have testified against thee.
Your mouth got you killed. Listen, that man's mouth got him killed. You gonna run to the king? Yeah, man, I killed your son. I did this. Yeah, because I knew he was gonna kill. I was gonna do this to you. What? You did what? Hey, Charlie, let me holler at you. Hey, man, go over there and holler at. Boy, look, your mouth will get you killed. Certain things that you say out their mouth, and that's what got this young man killed. Keep reading.
Saying, I have slain Yahweh's anointed.
You have killed Yahweh's anointed. Regardless of what beef me and him had going on, that's irrelevant. If I didn't kill him, I didn't have him killed, you know you ain't got no business putting your hands on it. Even though Saul was a rotten, no good dog, but he still was Yahweh's anointed one. And if I didn't have nothing to do about getting him killed, you ain't got no business having it dead. Read.
And David lamented with this lamentation over Saul and over Jonathan his son. Also he bade them teach the children of Judah the use of the bow. Behold, it is written in the book of Jasher, the beauty of Israel is slain upon the high places. How are the mighty fallen?
Now that's just a song that he got to sing. Yeah, but that young man got his mouth killed. Got his mouth got him killed. Okay, that was what? Okay. Okay, let's go to 2 Samuel 5. Start at 10 verse.
2 Samuel chapter 5 verse 10. And David went on and grew great, and Yahweh Elohim of hosts was with him. And
Yahweh was with David. Now show me who Yahweh was with in the New Testament and get $500.
And Hiram, king of Tyre, sent messengers to David, and cedar trees, and carpenters, and masons, and they built David an house. And David perceived that Yahweh had established him king over Israel, and that he had exalted his kingdom for his people Israel's sake. And David took him more concubines and wives out of Jerusalem after he was come from Hebron. And there were yet sons and daughters born to David. And these be the names of those that were born unto him in Jerusalem: Shammua, and Shobab, and Nathan, and Solomon, Ibhar also, and Elishua, and Nepheg, and Japhia, and Elishama, and Eliada, and Eliphalet. But when the Philistines heard that they had anointed David king over Israel, all the Philistines came up to seek David, and David heard of it and went down to the hold. The Philistines also came and spread themselves in the valley of Rephaim, and David inquired of Yahweh, saying, "Shall I go up to the Philistines?
Now David asking Yahweh, can he go fight?
Wilt thou deliver them into my hand?" And Yahweh said unto David, "Go up, for I will doubtless deliver the Philistines into thy hand."
That's right, go up, because I'm going to make sure you win.
And David came to Perizim, and David smote them there, and said, "Yahweh hath broken forth upon my enemies before me as the breach of waters." Therefore he called the name of that place Perizim. And there
That's what I need, all I need. See, I'm letting y'all know that you had to get permission from Yahweh to go to war. You can't go to war on your own when you're fighting another nation. You can't do it. You got to wait on Yah if you want to win the fight. Well, you can go to war and get killed. Everybody gonna die because you ain't doing it the right way. You got to call up on Yah and see if it's all right for Yah to go to war. Okay, that was let me see. Okay, go to First Chronicles. First Chronicle chapter 5. Okay, start the 20th verse.
First Chronicles chapter 5 verse 20, and they were helped against them, and the Hagarites were delivered into their hand, and all that were with them, for they cried to Elohim in the battle, and he was entreated of them, because they put their trust in him.
Trust in Yah.
And they took away their cattle, of their camels 50,000, and of sheep 250,000, and of asses 2,000, and of men 100,000. For there fell down many slain, because the war was of Elohim.
The war was of Yah, Elohim, God.
And they dwelt in their steads until the captivity.
Okay, that's all I needed. First Chronicles 28. 28 and 1.
First Chronicles chapter 28 verse 1. And David assembled all the princes of Israel, the princes of the tribes, and the captains of the companies that ministered to the king by course, and the captains over the thousands, and captains over the hundreds, and the stewards over all the substance and possession of the king and of his sons, with the officers and with the mighty men, and with all the valiant men unto Jerusalem. Then David the king stood up upon his feet and said, "Hear me,
listen to David,
my brethren, and my people. As for me, I had in my heart to build a house of rest for the ark of the covenant of Yahweh."
I wanted to build a house for the covenant of Yahweh, but watch this.
"And for the footstool of our Elohim, and had made ready for the building.
I got it prepared. I wrote out the blueprint.
But Elohim said unto me,
But Yahweh said to him,
Thou shalt not build a house for my name,
you ain't supposed to build me a house for my name,
because thou hast been a man of war,
because you always been a man of war,
and hast shed blood,
and it killed thousands and thousands of people.
Howbeit Yahweh,
Howbeit
Yahweh Elohim of Israel chose me before all the house of my father to be king over Israel forever.
He chose me to be king.
For he have chosen Judah to be the ruler, and of the house of Judah, the house of my father, and among the sons of my father he liked me to make me king over all Israel, and of all my sons, for Yahweh hath given me many sons. He have chosen Solomon my son to sit upon the throne of the kingdom of Yahweh over Israel.
That's right.
And he said unto me, Solomon thy son, he shall build my house in my courts.
I chose Solomon to do it. I didn't choose nobody but Solomon.
For I have chosen him to be my son.
Yahweh said, I chose him to be my son.
And I will be his father.
And I'm going to be his father.
Moreover, I will establish his kingdom forever, if he be constant to do my commandments and my judgments.
If he do everything that I tell him, if he keep all my commandments and my judgments,
as at this day. Now therefore, in the sight of all Israel, the congregation of Yahweh, and in the ordinance of Elohim, keep and seek for all the commandments of Yahweh your Elohim, that ye may possess this good land, and leave it for an inheritance for your children after you forever. And thou, Solomon my son, know thou the Elohim of thy father, and serve him with a perfect heart and with a willing mind.
Serve Yahweh with a perfect heart and a willing mind.
For Yahweh searcheth all hearts.
He searcheth all hearts. Yahweh know everybody's heart.
And understanding all the imaginations of the thoughts.
He know everything that you thinking. He know all your hearts. What was in your heart, he know what you thinking at all times.
If thou seek him, he will be found of thee.
If you seek Yahweh, he going to be found of you.
But if thou forsake him,
but if you ain't studying Yahweh,
he will cast thee off forever.
He going to knock your head off and get rid of you.
Take heed now, for Yahweh have chosen thee to build a house for the sanctuary. Be strong and do it. Then David gave to Solomon his son the pattern of the porch, and of the houses thereof, and of the treasuries thereof, and of the upper chambers thereof, and of the inner parlors thereof, and of the place of the mercy seat, and the pattern of all that he had by the Spirit of the courts of the house of Yahweh.
Then he gave him the blueprint on how to do it. That's what he did. Okay, let's go to Psalms. Then he gave him the blueprint. Let me see. I want 18 and 30.
Yeah. Psalms chapter 18 verse 30. As for Elohim, his way is perfect.
Yahweh's way is perfect.
The word of Yahweh is tried.
The word is tried.
He is a buckler to all those that trust in him.
That's right. Everybody that trusts in him.
For who is Elohim save Yahweh, or who is a rock save our Elohim? It is Elohim that girdeth me with strength and maketh my way perfect.
Yahweh the one make your way perfect.
He maketh my feet like hinds feet, and setteth me upon my high places. He teacheth my hands to war.
Yahweh teach Muhammad Ali hands to war, Tyson hands to war, or whoever can fight hands to war.
So that a bow of steel is broken by my arms.
Okay, that's what I'll need it in there. Let's go to 140. I think 140. Yahweh the one teach you how to fight. Yeah, I want 144, I think. Yeah, see. Yeah, in the first verse. Yeah. So.
Psalms chapter 144, verse 1. Blessed be Yahweh my strength.
Yahweh is my strength.
Which teacheth my hands to war.
Which teach me how to fight my hands to war.
and my fingers to fight.
And my fingers to fight. Yahweh the one teach you the war and the fight. That's what all I needed. Let's go to Ecclesiastes. I only lost one fight in my life. He taught my hands to war and fight. I lost one fight, and all the rest of them I won. And the reason why I lost, because I was wrong for what I did. Let's see. Oh yeah, Ecclesiastes 3 and start at the 8th verse.
Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 8. A time to love.
It's time to love.
And a time to hate.
Time to hate.
A time of war.
A time for war.
And a time of peace.
It's a time for peace. That's all I need. A time for war and a time for peace. Let's see. Something else. Oh yeah, let me go to Psalms right quick. I forget. 40. Let's see. Yeah, Psalm 46. Yeah, in the 7th verse.
Psalm chapter 46, verse 7. Yahweh of hosts is with us. The Elohim of Jacob is our refuge. Selah. Come, behold the works of Yahweh. What desolations he hath made in the earth.
What he made in the earth.
He maketh wars to cease unto the end of the earth.
Yahweh the one make war stop and cease.
He breaketh the bow and cutteth the spirit in sunder. He burneth the chariot in the fire.
That's right.
Be still and know that I am Elohim.
Be still and know he Elohim.
I will be exalted among the heathen.
I'm going to be exalted among the Gentiles.
I will be exalted in the earth.
All through the earth, he's going to be exalted.
Yahweh of hosts is with us.
Yahweh with us.
The Elohim of Jacob is our refuge.
That's right.
Selah.
Selah. Let's go to Isaiah 40. Isaiah 42. Isaiah 42 and 12.
Isaiah chapter 42, verse 12. Let them give glory unto Yahweh and declare his praise in the islands. Yahweh shall go forth as a mighty man.
Like a mighty man.
He shall stir up jealousy like a man of war.
Like a man of war.
He shall cry.
When Yahweh cried, when this man cried,
yea,
roar.
He shall prevail against his enemies.
He's going to prevail against his enemies.
I have long time holding my peace.
Yahweh said, I've been patient a long time. I holding my peace.
I have been still.
I've been still. I've been letting y'all do what y'all want to do.
And refrain myself. Now will I cry like a travailing woman.
Now I'm going to cry just like a travailing woman, a woman having a baby.
I will destroy and devour at once.
Yahweh said, I'm going to destroy and devour at once. When the Almighty get angry, boy, listen, ain't nothing nobody can do about it.
I will make waste mountains and hills and dry up all their herbs. And I will make the rivers islands, and I will dry up the pools. And I will bring the blind by a way that they knew not. I will lead them in paths that they have not known. I will make darkness light before them and crooked things straight.
Yahweh said, I'm going to make crooked things straight.
These things will I do unto them.
I'm going to do unto them.
And not forsake them.
And I ain't going to forsake them.
They shall be turned back. They shall be greatly ashamed.
Everybody going to be turned back and greatly ashamed to trust in graven images. Read.
That trust in graven images.
Everybody that believe in the Quran and New Testament going to be ashamed one day.
That say to the molten images.
That say to the molten image.
Ye are our gods.
Y'all chose another God over Yahweh.
Hear, ye deaf, and look, ye blind, that ye may see. Who is blind but my servant, or deaf as my messenger that I sent? Who is blind as he that is perfect, and blind as Yahweh's servant, seeing many things, but thou observest not, opening the ears, but he heareth not? Yahweh is well pleased for his righteousness' sake. He will magnify the law and make it honorable.
Make it honorable. Okay, then let's go to Mike. Yeah. Let's see. Michael 4. And start the 3rd verse.
Micah chapter 4, verse 3. And he shall judge among many people and rebuke strong nations afar off.
Yahweh gonna judge among many people.
And they shall beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up a sword against nation.
Nations ain't gonna fight no more. Ain't gonna be no war.
Neither shall they learn war anymore.
At this time ain't gonna be no more wars.
But they shall sit every man under his vine and under his fig tree.
Every man gonna sit up under the vine and fig tree.
And none shall make them afraid.
And you ain't gonna be scared of your enemies no more.
For the mouth of Yahweh of hosts have spoken it.
Yahweh said this.
For all the people will walk every one in the name of his God.
Everybody gonna walk in the name of his God. We gonna serve Yahweh and they gonna serve their pagan God.
And we will walk in the name of Yahweh or Elohim forever and ever.
And we're going to walk in Yahweh. We're going to walk before Yahweh and praise him. That's all I need. Now, go to Malachi 1. Malachi 1 and 1. No, 1 and 2.
Malachi chapter 1, verse 2. I have loved you, saith Yahweh.
Yahweh said, I love you. See who we going to love.
Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us?
Who you love?
Was not Esau Jacob's brother?
Was not Esau Jacob's brother? Did you love him? Watch this.
Saith Yahweh, yet I love Jacob.
I love Jacob.
And I hated Esau.
And I hated Esau.
And laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness.
That's all I needed. So Yahweh said, I love Jacob and I hated Esau. And the reason why I hated Esau, because Esau was rotten. He wouldn't let us go through the land when we was coming out of Egypt. And he did things to us that he shouldn't have did. Yeah. And so Yahweh loved Jacob and hated Esau. Okay. Shabbat Shalom, Mark Anthony. Shabbat Shalom, Mr. Head Honcho and Michael Smith, Ron Torr. Shabbat Shalom, brothers. So now, do anybody have any questions? Put that back up. About the war, about Yahweh is a man of war. Now ready for comment and questions. That's right. The battles is Yahweh. It's already fixed. The war is already fixed when you count on Yah. Yeah. But you have to get permission from Yahweh to win the war. If you don't, you're going to lose every time. You're going to lose every time. Anybody have any comment or question? Now I'm ready for comment and question. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, yeah. Go to Psalms 105 and 15. Y'all own the TV 100, say. Yeah. 105 and 15 Psalms.
Psalms chapter 105, verse 15, saying, touch not my anointed and do my prophets no harm.
That's right. That's what he say. And see that guy that called himself telling King David about Saul, he got killed for his mouth because he thought he was going to get some brownie points for finishing Saul off. Saul told him to kill him, but he shouldn't have never did it. And the King David said, your mouth got you killed. That's right. Your mouth will get you killed. Let me see what that said in what it say. Okay, yeah, some Proverbs. Life and death is in the power of the tongue. You know what they said? Life and death is in the power of the tongue. So I think so.
Is anybody on here now?
Huh?
Is anybody
I
on?
didn't even ask him yet. I'm gonna try to get it first. I think it's death of the tongue. It might be in Proverbs. Let me see. Let's see. I'm looking for the scripture where it say life and death is in the power of the tongue. I'm trying to, we are told to get our purse to go our sword. We speak the truth, brother. Yeah, okay. Have anyone heard the President Day of Israel war with Palestine mentioned? Yeah. Nope, I ain't never heard it, brother. I need to find for life is in the power of the tongue. Let me see what it. Let's see. Life and death is in the power. Yeah, life and death is in the power of the tongue. I want to find that right quick. Let's see. Anybody help me find for the life for the power of death is in the life of the tongue. Mark Anthony or somebody, y'all sons, one of y'all help me find that right quick. My mind's saying Proverbs, but I don't know. Okay, Proverbs 18 and 21. I knew I was okay. Let me see. Yep, you right, sister. That's what I'm looking for. Yep, Proverbs 18 and 21. Read this.
Proverbs chapter 18, verse 21. Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof.
That's right. Your mouth will get you killed. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Thank you, sister. Yeah, your right leash. Yeah, teach and our people talking about gearing gearing up for this racial war. We're gonna lose. That's right. You're gonna lose. You can't fight against this man without y'all. I don't care what you give and do. With the King David got permission. You can't just do nothing on your own. You're gonna get your head knocked off gearing up against this man. You're gonna get your head knocked off. That's all you're gonna do, get a bunch of people killed. You got to wait on Yah for war. You can't go no war for cause you mad and upset and you want to change. You want to do like Martin Luther ready for a change. Change, you're gonna get your head knocked off in that change. That's all you're gonna do. Yeah. You got Yahweh the one fight your battle. He said, I'll fight for you. We don't need nothing. You don't need to do nothing. Wait on Yah. Yah said, I'm gonna be the one fighting for you. Let me see. Oh, let me show you where he's gonna fight for you. Let me see. That's what's wrong with black people now. They always want to try to do something on their own. You ain't gonna be able to do nothing on your own but get your head knocked off. That's the only thing gonna happen to you on your own. I'm tired. I'm ready to go to war. Yeah, you gonna go to war and get everybody killed with you. You go to war and get everybody killed with you. That's all you finna do. Let me show y'all what he did for Moses. Go to Exodus 4. Start at the 15th verse.
Exodus chapter 4, verse 15. And thou shalt speak unto him, and put words in his mouth, and I will be with thy mouth.
I'm going to be with your mouth, Moses.
And with his mouth.
And I'm going to be with his mouth.
And will teach you what ye shall do.
I'm going to teach you what to do.
And he shall be thy spokesman unto the people.
And Aaron going to be the spokesman to the people. I'm going to be with Aaron's mouth, and I'm going to be with Moses' mouth.
And he shall be, even he shall be to thee instead of a mouth, and thou shalt be to him instead of Elohim. And thou shalt take this rod in thy hand, wherewith thou shalt do signs. And Moses went and returned to Jethro his father-in-law.
He returned to Jethro his father-in-law.
And said unto him, Let me go, I pray thee, and return unto my brethren which are in Egypt, and see whether they be yet alive.
Now that's what he told his father-in-law Jethro.
And Jethro said to Moses, Go in peace. And Yahweh said to Moses in Midian.
And Yahweh told Moses in Midian,
Go. Return into Egypt.
Back to Egypt.
For all the men are dead which sought thy life.
I killed everybody that was looking for you, Moses. So going back to Egypt, because you ain't got to worry about that. That warrant is expired and everything. They were looking for you for killing the Egyptians and burying them in the sand. So I killed everybody.
And Moses took his wife and his sons and set them upon an ass.
That's all I needed. Let you know that Yahweh said, I done killed everybody for you. Yeah, I got it, brother. Yeah, let me see. Uriah, Lisa got it for me. Yeah. Yeah, she got it already. 18 and 21. Yeah. I appreciate it though. Okay, go to Exodus 14. Exodus, let me show you what I say, 14, and start at the 13th verse.
Exodus chapter 14, verse 13. And Moses said unto the people, Fear ye not.
Don't be scared of nothing.
Stand still.
And
see the salvation of Yahweh.
And see Yahweh do his thing.
Which he will show to you today.
He gonna show you today that he ain't playing.
For the Egyptians whom ye have seen today.
All these Egyptians you see today.
Ye shall see them again no more forever.
You ain't gonna see them no more forever. Same thing with the enemies over here. You see the enemy today, you ain't gonna see them no more. Read.
Yahweh shall fight for you.
What? Say it again.
Yahweh shall fight for you.
What? Say it again.
Yahweh shall fight for you.
What? Say it again.
Yahweh shall fight for you.
That's right. Read.
And ye shall hold your peace.
Shut up! Shut up and wait on Yahweh. Hold your peace. Read.
And Yahweh said unto Moses, Wherefore criest thou unto me?
That's all I needed. Yeah. So you don't need nothing but Yah. That's it and that's all. The book, I didn't tell it to you, I showed it to you. Now, if you want to use something else, go ahead right on and get your head knocked off and get your ass killed. Do it your way in cemetery. Do it your way, you're going to be all right. Just shut up and let Yahweh do what he going to do. Don't worry about nothing else. Worry about them commandments, them laws, precepts, judgments, statutes, and commandments. Worry about doing that. Talking about war. The book says a time for peace and a time for war. And only time for war when Yahweh says time for war. What verse, sister? What you talking about? I just read Exodus chapter 14. Exodus 4 and started. I told him to start at the 13th verse. 13 and 14. Yeah. It's Exodus chapter 14, verse 13 and 14. Yeah. So read that again for that sister.
And Moses said unto the people, fear ye not.
Don't be scared of nobody.
Stand still.
Stand still.
And see the salvation of Yahweh.
And see what Yahweh finna do to your enemy.
Which he will show to you today.
He gonna show you right now today.
For the Egyptians whom ye have seen today.
All your enemies, the Egyptians you see today.
Ye shall see them again no more forever.
You ain't gonna never in your life see them no more. Why? Because the Almighty gonna kill them all.
Yahweh shall fight for you.
Yahweh shall fight for you.
And ye shall hold your peace.
Shut your mouth. That's right. Let's read.
And Yahweh said unto Moses, wherefore criest thou unto me?
No, I don't need that. No. Yeah. No, okay, let's go to Exodus 13, 14.
Exodus chapter 13, verse 14. And it shall be when thy son asketh thee in time to come, saying, what is this? That thou shalt say unto him, by strength of hand Yahweh brought us out from Egypt, from the house of bondage.
That's right. Yahweh brought us out there. He gonna bring us out of the United States same way. So just be patient and pump your brakes and shut up and do them laws and commandments. That's what you do. Talking about going to war, you're gonna lose every time. You can't go to war and fight against nobody without Yah. Is you retarded or crazy? You got to be something. If you think you can do it on your own, go and do it. And I'll see you on the news. I'll see you later on in the news. When you try to do it on your own, all I'm going to do is turn the TV on and watch. Look at that fool. He done got 200 or 300 people together and think he going to do something without Yah. I'll watch you on the news later on when you get your army started, get your people together, and y'all go get your guns and build it. Go and do it. I'll cut the TV on and say, ooh, wait, look at that fool. That fool didn't wait on Yah. He do it on his own. Keep doing stuff on your own and watch it backfire. See, this is what you got to do, y'all. This is what you got to do. That's right. You got to have Yahweh to prepare, though. You can't prepare without Yah. I don't care how many guns you got. That's right. Don't mean nothing. Hold up. Let me. I'm gonna get this corn for you. Read that. Go to Proverbs 19 and 21. Proverbs 19 and 21. Proverbs 19 and 21.
Proverbs chapter 19, verse 21. There are many devices in a man's heart.
There are many devices in a man's heart. He think he can do it this way. I can do it that way. In his heart, read.
Nevertheless, the counsel of Yahweh, that shall stand.
The counsel of Yahweh was going to stand. Your way ain't going to never work. That's all I needed. Your way ain't going to never work. You got to trust in Yahweh. Okay, go to Proverbs 20 and 22.
Proverbs chapter 20, verse 22. Say not thou, I will recompense evil, but wait on Yahweh.
Wait on Yahweh.
And he shall save thee.
He shall save thee. Wait on Yahweh. He going to save you. That's all I needed. Wait on Yahweh. He going to save you. Okay, go to 28 and 26. Proverbs 28 and 26.
Proverbs chapter 28, verse 26. He that trusteth in his own heart is a fool.
Anybody that trusts in their own heart is a damn fool.
But whoso walketh wisely, he shall be delivered.
Whoever work wisely gonna be delivered. A wise person know to trust in Yah and not nobody else. Hold up. Look for the good one. Okay. Okay, go to 16 and 25. 16 and 25.
Proverbs chapter 16, verse 25. There is a way that seemeth right unto a man.
There's a way to seem right to a man. He think he right. Watch this.
But the end thereof are the ways of death.
But the end gonna be your death. You think you right? No, sir. Read it again.
There is a way that seemeth right unto a man.
It seem right. It feel right. Read.
But the end thereof are the ways of death.
But the end is death. When you think you right, when you wrong, you dead. I think I can get people together and do this. Seem right. But boy, look. That's right. They're absolutely right. Because it seems right. They think they're right. But the end is death. Okay, go to Proverbs 3 and 5.
Proverbs chapter 3, verse 5. Trust in Yahweh with all thy heart.
We're supposed to be trusting Yahweh with all our heart.
And lean not to thy own understanding.
And don't lean to your own understanding, because you're going to be wrong.
In all thy ways acknowledge him.
And everything you do, acknowledge Yah.
And he shall direct thy path.
He going to direct your path. That's right. Trust in Yahweh with all your heart, then you ain't going to make no mistake. You ain't going to go wrong. You ain't going to go to the left or to the right, because you trust in Yahweh with all your heart. You know Yahweh is first and over everything. You know we can't do nothing without Yah. We can't go to war without Yah. You can't even wake yourself up in the morning without Yah. You can't breathe without Yah. Your heart rate is controlled from Yah. The water you drink is Yahweh. The air you bring is Yah. We know this. That's all I needed. Read that Psalm 150, 1 and 1. No, that's Psalm 150, the last verse. Go to Psalm 150, the last Psalm, and read that up. Okay, and Ben Yah, we're going to go to 40 and read it. What did it say?
Psalm chapter 150, verse 6. Let everything that have breath praise Yahweh.
Let everything that have breath praise Yahweh. He ain't talking about the dead people. You ain't got no breath, and he ain't talking to you. He talking about everybody that's breathing. Supposed to be praising Yah. Now, Ben Yah say go to Isaiah 40 and 31. Go to Isaiah 40 and 31. Well, all them good rapping people was doing all that talking while I was trying to teach. I was trying to peep in there and read the Bible. What are you running your alligator mouth at? Get on here and talk now. Running your mouth. As long as I'm teaching, you talking. You're talking. You're talking. But now when I stop talking, stop teaching, now you run like a scalded dog. I told them ready to barbecue and roast.
Isaiah chapter 40, verse 31. But they that wait upon Yahweh shall renew their strength.
That's right. Wait up on Yahweh and renew your strength.
They shall mount up with the wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary.
Read.
And they shall walk and not faint.
That's right. You're going to walk and not be weak. That's right. It's all about Yah, y'all. So don't let nobody, no other camp tell you nothing. Don't let nobody nowhere tell you nothing. Because they trying to do it on their own, they're going to fail. Everybody that's trying to do something on their own going to fail. Do all that rapping. All that rapping. I'm trying to teach and look at the thing. Trying to teach, look at, do I want to get you so bad? But then when I get through popping corn, Jesse Owens running. I know it. Shit. Okay, do you have other children or you're only son? No, I got 5 kids by 8 different women. I got 4 boys and 4 girls. Yeah, I got more children. The book say be fruitful and multiply. Okay, what you say? Oh man, shame that he is the only one walking through what? Yeah. At one time, I guess I did, but I was just young and hoarse. That's all. I was just young and dumb and full of cum and hoarse. I just did what the average black man did. I ain't taking nothing. You can't rape the willing. They gave it to me and I took it. Yep. Okay, Miss Rob, what else say go to Isaiah 43 and 13 through 5.
What?
Isaiah 43, verse 13 through 5.
Through 5? Through 15?
15. What I'm talking about? Yeah, I'm trying to read it. Yeah.
Isaiah chapter 43, verse 13.
Yeah, verse 13 through 15. Yeah.
Yea, before the day was I am he, and there is none that can deliver out of my hand.
That's right.
I will work, and who shall let
Who
it?
should let it?
Thus saith Yahweh, your Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel. For your sake I have sent to Babylon, and have brought down all their nobles, and the Chaldeans, whose cry is in the ships. I am Yahweh, your Holy One, the Creator of Israel, your King.
That's right. Absolutely right. Well, brothers and sisters, the people that was talking a mess at the beginning, they ran off. But I'm gonna get on off of here and go eat me some watermelon. Yeah, I'm gonna get on off of here, and I had a good time, and I hope everybody got some out the lesson. And I want to give all honor, praise, and glory to Yahweh by saying hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Praise the mighty Yah. Yeah. And shalom, shalom, brothers and sisters.